this? Can you just make this fight a little more personal? Take it a step further, can you show
fighters, they could keep them. This is my last fight on me. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them. This is my last fight on me.
Yes, I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
Square Garden. 21,324 was the reported attendance for this fight. It was good to see Spike Lee and other celebrities. You know how it is, Roy. Most people love boxing. A lot of actors, other athletes, they love it because they know this ain't really something I can do, but I love to watch it. I love to argue and debate about it. And it was just great to see, A-listers in the building on the night. But let's get to the fight. Right from the first round, this is something that I told Shakur and, Bud Crawford also told him. I said, Teofimo Lopez has two types of fighters in him. He's got the guy that beat Lomachenko, but he's also got the guy internally that lost to George Kambosos. He's got two.
Bro, imagine losing to George Kambosos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez got the belts from the Matrix, from Lomachenko. But if you keep it a bean, if you want to call it a stack, the back end of that fight, Lomachenko had Teofimo running 6 rounds of the back end of that fight. There's a couple more rounds. Who's to say Lomachenko would still be the Matrix? But nevertheless, Teofimo became champion and he lost his belts to George Kambosos. So Devin Haney saw that from a distance. It's like, yo, who is George Kambosos? I would travel anywhere on the planet, on God's green earth, to fight a guy named George Kambosos. Like, he was so sweet. He gave him a rematch. Devin Haney defending his belts to a guy named George Kambosos. Yeah, of course. If you want a rematch, my guy, go ahead, man. Let me open the door for you. So George Kambosos took the belt away from Teofimo Lopez. So the highlight of Teofimo Lopez's career is beating the Matrix, Lomachenko, and Josh Taylor. After that, he got exposed, but he was calling out black fighters, right?
People that he's constantly fighting with. You cannot allow Teofimo Lopez to get confidence. You can't allow him to get comfortable in the fight because he's a lot harder to beat. There's ain't no disrespect to the young man. I know he's holding his head right now and he's dealing with a lot.
Ground.
What's up?
On the zone, Teofimo Lopez. I'm just going to say, firstly, I think it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, but thank you to you, because the last thing you probably want to do is have a microphone shoved in front of your face, but here you are, still giving me some of your time.
No, it's cool. People need to hear this as well. They need to hear the other side. So this is how we do it.
Initially, let's just say a record attendance here at MHD.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Damn. Where's Waldo? My guy got 2 bruised eyes. Can he even see?
Tonight, and a lot of those fans coming out for yourself.
Yeah.
Yo, he is lumped up. Life come at you fast, don't it?
Proud that you've been able to do that as a New Yorker yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually grateful. I'm grateful for it. It's definitely something that was a dream of mine, and we accomplished that. We didn't get the win that we wanted to tonight, but no matter what, we did something more than anything. We brought everybody out here to watch and witness. Just a greatness. Yeah, really greatness.
When I saw you walking through the corridor, I said, "How are you?" And you said, "Hey, I've got to take my losses like I take my wins."
Yeah.
Obviously, you have been in this position before, but you seem like a man who, obviously, a little bit deflated, but understanding that that's
what you talking about.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Yo, for real, y'all not excited for this? Yo, hey, production, can y'all put the echo down a little bit? But listen, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm just, just doing some self-work. That's all it is. But never
Willis, what you talking about?
That's rubbish.
No, honestly, look, I look at it like this. It's a prime example. When life comes at you, it'll come at you in many ways, and you gotta treat it like a champ. That's it. You gotta treat it like a champ. Tell yourself it's okay. I learned from it, and I treat it like a champ every time. So, if you're going through hard times in your life, whether it's from any sports or academics or anything like that, it's okay. You're still a champ.
Throughout watching the fight week, a lot of people were saying that you were in Shakur's head.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed like that. Do you think maybe there was a chance that you maybe used up too much energy in the build up to the fight?
No, not at all. I think.
I think so. You came out with the jumper walkies. I mean, the introduction was very entertaining. Absolutely. I think this is one of Teofimo's best pre-build-ups to his fight. The way he promoted this fight was absolute A+. But he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was making a fool of himself, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can pull that interview. Give me 1 second. This man pulled up to the Breakfast Club talking spicy.
Shout out to the Knicks, NBA semifinals against.
Brooklyn, New York. He's fighting on the 31st of January. He's fighting Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. Welcome.
Yes.
Hey,
yo.
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling great, feeling excited, and I'm just pumped for this fight.
It's a dream matchup. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight that boxing fans, these are the fights we want to see. What made you want to fight Shakur right now? How did y'all get it done?
I think it's just fate, It just lined up. I think that, he's been talking a big game since the Williams-Zepeda fight that happened over here at the Armstrong Stadium. So I think that there's nobody else at 135 that he's trying to aim for. So he wants to come for the top dog, and that's me at 140. So it just lines up, and I'm always willing to fight the best, and I felt like why not? People talk highly of Shakur, as they should, and I'm just here to do my part and put an upset. Honestly, it's just the way things played out, the cards that were at hand. The dealer, I was gambling, and the dealer didn't play my cards right. That's all.
Talk to me about the fight itself.
You was gambling. No, you kept on getting hit by the jab. There was no adjustments. Your hands was down the whole time. You was a shell of yourself. This is the two-time champion Teofimo Lopez. The same guy that defeated Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. This same guy. You let Shakur Stevenson, that had the stereotype of being a track star. He's a runner. He's a track star. You put Shakur Stevenson on, and you got finessed by Jay Prince, whining and dining you, talking about you gonna be the next Tupac and Biggie. You fell for that? That's some crazy work. Jay Prince, first of all, if y'all don't know who Jay Prince is, if you go to Houston, that's what you're gonna have to touch down, check in with. You're gonna have to check in with Jay Prince.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Yo, for real, y'all not excited?
First of all, how you starting off the interview with your hands on your face like these? Ladies and gentlemen, he was forced to fight Shakur Stevenson. He didn't want to. This was not something that he wanted to do. He was thrown an offer he could not refuse because payday was very suspect as of late for Teofimo. So he saw a number he doesn't see as common, and he got a big payday, but he took a nasty L.
Excited for this? Yo, hey, production, can y'all put the echo down a little bit? But listen, I'm excited.
Bro, who was touching their face in an interview talking about, I'm excited? No, body language is everything. You are not excited. You're forced to do this. You're depressed. You about to go in there with Shakur Stevenson undefeated. Meanwhile, you have a couple losses. George Kambosos, no excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, there's boxers that are injured, but they still get the job done. Boxers with broken hands fighting with only one hand for the whole duration of the fight. If you're truly elite, you will get the job done. Now, a loss does not define you. But there's no excuse to lose to George Kambosos. Who is George? Yo, I never even heard of George Kambosos prior to Teofimo losing his belts to that guy. That Australian dude.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Looks like he can get blown by the wind. If you want to keep it a bean, keep it a stack, is Teofimo, is he washed? I mean, I didn't say it, he did. I'm not making up these words. He went in front of the masses and said, do I still got it? do I still got it? Then you want to argue with your father. Crazy work. But then you want to apologize for slavery. What does slavery have to do with anything with the ass beating that you received? First, you want to call Terrence Crawford the N-word, right?
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs
Bro.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
This man said the hard ER. He didn't even say the A. You know what I mean? Like, give me the A. This man said the hard ER. Are we serious? That's what it's come down to.
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last fight.
You guys, always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go.
Yo, Adrian Broner had some wild post-fight interviews. I think this surpasses Adrian Broner.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
This man said to the apologies that be above. Wait, hold on. What?
My brothers and sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above.
Always salute to the powers that be above.
I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all.
I didn't want anything to harm you guys. Who is he referring to? Blacks? You guys.
So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened.
My condolences to the slavery and everything that ever happened mentally.
This fight did.
With lumps on his head, looking like Charlie the Unicorn. We're going to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Just what was it like in there? How come you didn't really feel like you could get into the rhythm as such? I mean, just your perspective on it.
Yeah, I think I was just honestly too focused on one particular objective, one particular thing, than really enjoying what I could see opening. You know, I was catching him a lot with the body shots a lot. So I think that was one of my effective arsenals that was getting him every time. But I think.
Hold on. See something in the chat. It says, I don't know from Daniel. I don't know how old you are, but Kambosos was well known as Pacquiao's chief sparring partner from 2015, 2019. We're not giving George Kambosos any flowers. He gave Devin Haney unanimous. He gave all the belts up to Devin Haney. Are we giving flowers to Devin Haney, the same Devin Haney that got wiped the floor by Ryan Garcia? And then people want to say that Ryan Garcia cheated. Stop it, Cap. Ryan Garcia did not cheat. That got caught by 0.0000000.1, whatever illegal substance that was caught in his system. Ryan Garcia wrapped the floor. Man, Devin Haney didn't even belong in the same ring of Ryan Garcia. We are not going to unsee that. So are we really giving credit to George Kambosos, that skinny-ass Australian dude? He got his rematch, got cooked the second time, even worse by George Kambosos. Excuse me, George Kambosos got wiped the floor worse when he fought Devin Haney the second time. Training partner.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Just more combinations, especially finish with left hooks and stuff. I did poorly on not listening to my team. That's on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, so the narrative right now is that Teofimo Lopez should dismiss his head father as the main voice in his corner. That's what's going on. That's what people are saying, that the father, his voice has been obsolete. It's no longer needed. Now, Teofimo Lopez is who he is because of his father, but it comes a point in time when you're just going to have to move around and separate business from family. Just like water and oil. As we see Then famous Floyd Mayweather. At one point in time, he had his father in the opposite end supporting his opposition. Floyd Mayweather had his father coaching Oscar De La Hoya in a mega fight, looking like Alien versus Predator.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
And Floyd still got the job done. So just because he's your father does not mean you have to stop boxing. But just to go to the other side, devil's advocate, we see Andre Boo Boo, he has his father. We see Danny Garcia, he has his father. We see Sean Porter with his father. So some fighters, they need their father in their corner. I think Teofimo Lopez, he is a generational talent. He's only 28 years old, but he had his hands down the whole time and he had no response to the jab. So what was going on the whole 12 rounds?
Take it on the chin, you know. My team did a phenomenal job. They had great guidelines. They had great instructions. I just didn't listen tonight.
I suppose now, obviously, you wouldn't have had a chance to watch it back or think about it back, but was there anything that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson in there?
No, nothing.
Oh, nothing surprised you? Let's go to the numbers because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So you threw 468 punches. You threw, and he only landed 72 out of 468. That's only 15%. Meanwhile, Shakur threw way less, but landed more. 372 thrown, 165 landed. Absolute clinic, masterclass performance. And everything was built off the jab. He leaked you from the jab. He was looking like from the same movie, Carrie. From The Shining. Red rum, red rum. Murder was the case.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
And honestly, I knew about his jab. I honestly,
That's cap. If he knew about the jab, how come he didn't do anything? The jab destroyed you all night. Was Teofimo fighting Shakur or was he fighting a government official? Was he fighting Blade out there? Was he fighting Liu Kang?
I took myself out of the I say just the distance. I was playing it too much to his game. That's all. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what was the game plan? You was trying to outbox a boxer? So I think your ego got in the way. You thought you was a better boxer and you was trying to outbox a boxer. That's the only explanation for your behavior to justify your actions, because obviously Shakur is a better boxer than you. So make it a street fight. You're supposed to be the bigger fighter, right, Teofimo? You let Shakur Stevenson move up in weight class and dog walk you for 12 rounds? What a way to start Black History Month, but you want to talk trash about blacks, right?
It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist. And you just made this fight a little more personal. Take it a step further, Keisha.
Fighters, they could keep him. This is my last fight on me.
Legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
The atmosphere in there, special.
Yeah.
I know it kind of doesn't matter too much now, but like I say, that.
Oh no, it does matter. What you mean? This is Madison Square Garden. This is the home of the Knicks. This is home of the Rangers, New York Rangers. This is the home of many historical people, including Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and so on and so forth. So to be here, to do that, to be in this. It's cool, man. Just ask me the questions.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why'd you say that?
Huh?
Why?
It's just a biased part of what I'm seeing in our field. That's it. Because it just seems like there's certain ones favoritizing others. I believe the commentators that are on the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters.
Off the record.
No, it's not off
No,
the
man,
record.
stop.
It's off the record.
You wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Fall into this.
I'm not falling into it.
Fellas, talk about the fight.
I'm talking about No, then let me
Junior,
let it go.
yo.
Let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. whether you win or lose. I mean, Joe Frazier dropped Muhammad Ali here, you know, in front of the whole world, in front of everybody at the Garden. So it happens.
Well, you mentioned that you're in the New York Knicks locker room here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, just doing some self-work. That's all it is. But nevertheless, man, shout out to the Knicks. NBA semifinals against the Orlando Magic. That's
Ladies and gentlemen, does this look like somebody that wants to fight? Talking about the Knicks, yo, you are not the same Teofimo Lopez that was doing backflips in New York in the Garden, wearing the trending topic jersey. That Teofimo was done. You lost to George Cambosos. No excuses, my guy.
up, coming soon. Let's go Knicks. I'm excited for that. And yeah, man, y'all not excited, man? This is two of the guys that they say is the best of the best. About to lace it up here in beautiful Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. January 31st. Chris Mannix, I'm happy, man. I'm grateful, thankful, blessed. And, gonna have Shakur Jigama,
You said you're gonna do what?
Jigga my balls.
What? Pause, bro. You fell for wow, that. Why you always doing that, bro?
Pause. Teofimo is saying some very suspect that I'm not going to repeat what he said. And Shakur's not even on that type of time. Teofimo seems like his biggest fight, his biggest advantage is outside the ring, because in the ring, he knows what time it is. So he's going to have to be extremely out of bounds outside the ring to get something. He can't take the complete L, not in the pre-conference. He's going to have to fight somehow, because in the ring, everything was DEAD. It was 86. Shakur Stevenson took everything away from Teofimo Lopez. He made a two-time champion look like a rookie in there. And ladies and gentlemen, I almost missed the fight. I was like, you know what? It's Saturday night. Who's fighting? What's going on? Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez? Absolutely. I have to tune in. And what a performance to bring in the year. So far, this is the fight of the year. I know the year just started, but wow, this fight exceeded expectation. Talk about dog walk. Shakur Stevenson stood in the pocket, going a mano for mano, block for block, glock for glock, brick for brick, standing in the pocket, taking everything away from Teofimo Lopez.
To Niagara Falls.
Teofimo, you could have gone a few different directions for your next fight, done a unification at 140. You've talked in the past about moving up in weight. Why was this the right fight for you?
Hold on, I'll tell you why.
Fuck you too, nigga. Fuck wrong with you?
I mean, come on now. Like, he's saying this, he's saying that, and the third, but in reality, man, this guy is the best, and we're here to face the best. And that's just what it is. Forget the rest. That's all it is, man. That's what it takes.
Grew up in New York to even be in this position here, you'd be incredibly proud of yourself, right?
Yeah, this is an accomplishment within itself. Where do we take it now? We'll see, Right now, I think for me, it's more so of healing this cut and just getting back to the drawing boards. See where we go, see if I move up, see what we do next.
Do you give yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
You've got to appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So,
Oh man, Tio. I mean, am I supposed to have sympathy for you here?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
Where's that N-word at? And you want to backdoor and say that God is punishing you? Cry me a river.
just a punching bag to that. So one day I'll get, maybe one day, but not yet.
We appreciate you, though, brother.
No. Everything was fine. The spark.
No, everything was not fine. Your son was getting abused, violated in there. And matter of fact, the referee should have stopped the fight. His eye was leaking all over the place. What kind of cut man was? Who hired Teofimo's cut man? Somebody that's an easy work, bro. That should not take 12 rounds to fix. It was an easy cut, and the cut man was just incompetent, leaking all over the place. That's another thing, Teofimo. You need to look around who is on your staff. Do they have the best interests of your behalf? You have your father talking about hit him harder, hit him. This is not a Rocky movie.
Sparring sessions where like what motivated me to this fight, that I was 100% sure we was gonna win. For some reason, the game plan, my son didn't do what I told him he was supposed to do. For some reason, the game plan, my son didn't do what I told him he was supposed to do.
There you have it. So you have one part of the masses saying that they need to dismiss his father, at least be a supporter from the sidelines, but to be the main voice, his father cannot be the number one voice in Teofimo's corner. But then Teofimo comes in front of the camera and says he didn't follow the game plan. And then Teofimo Senior comes and says his son did not follow the game plan. So can you really put blame on the father? I think it's about 50-50, even blame. Teofimo Lopez didn't listen to his father, the game plan, and Senior was out there giving terrible advice, talking about hit him hard, hit him.
His rhythm was supposed to be different, where we were supposed to stop Shakur from doing whatever Shakur does best. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to him for winning. You know what I'm saying? But that was not my son in there. I think probably the networks and everybody, the media, everything leading up to this fight, everybody already talking that already about Shakur fighting in May, where the winner was supposed to go and fight in May, against whoever it was. So I think that probably got to him, you know what I'm saying? People talking about me being drunk, all that stuff, when he went to the press conference and I wasn't there, I didn't show up because I was resting. And I think all that affected him in this fight, Like a lot of people say, my son is like mentally like easy to, mess with.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this Teofimo Lopez's father, or is this his opposition? Is this his ops? Is he a snitch, his father? Like, how are you going to confess in front of the camera that your son is easily mentally influenced? He's mentally weak. Are you his father or a snitch? What you mean your son is mentally fragile?
In this fight, like a lot of people say, my son is like mentally like easy to, mess with. And how you gonna fight, a fight when everybody wants you to lose? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened.
How are you supposed to fight a fight when everybody wants you to lose? Who cares what everybody thinks? I mean, the whole world bet against you when you fought Lomachenko. You was a huge underdog. I think plus 500. That was my first boxing bet winner in history. Teofimo Lopez was a huge underdog, so you should be used to being the underdog. But you're letting the naysayers, the critics, the people that have no impact on your performance inside the ring, you letting them have an influence on your psyche. This goes to show that the mind can be extremely strong, but also extremely weak. A fighter as strong as Teofimo is having negative thoughts about what critics have to say, as if the critics have any type of influence on his bills, his way of life, but he's letting outside influence have an impact on his inner circle. So much so, ladies and gentlemen, that his father is confessing, snitching on him in front of the camera, in front of the masses, talking about my son is mentally weak. You guys know that. He was looking at the naysayers and the critics all week long, and it bothered him. That's not my son in there. What?
Fight, a fight when everybody wants you to lose. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that we planned, everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there. His power was not there. I was in shock, man. And I think this is a lot of this has to do with everybody not wanting him to win. You know what I'm saying? There was not one person talking.
That sounds like excuses to me. There's not one person that wants your son to win. Who gives two Fs, respectfully?
Good about him, you know what I'm saying? So, that has to stop. That has to stop. In this planet, this world, that's why we have this sport. The best man has to win, and nobody knows who's winning unless, you know what I'm saying. The average person could have an opinion, you know what I'm saying. But when you have all the networks saying that my son's gonna get his ass whooped, that that every time my son looks.
Yo, somebody needs to teach Teofimo Lopez Senior to stop talking so much. Even if this is true, why would you confess all these insecurities in front of the camera as if Teofimo Lopez is going to retire? Because if he fights again, whoever he fights, use this footage as ammo. Your father is in the lobby. Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez is trying to get dinner, you know what I'm saying, lick his wounds, really analyze what just transpired. He's in the lobby talking to the media about his son being weak-minded. So behind his back, Teofimo Lopez Senior is snitching on his own son. But who's paying for the dinner bill? Not Senior. How is Senior going to backdoor talk about, yo, I need to go to the restroom and then go snitch on his own son in the restaurant lobby? Crazy work.
Social media talking bad about him, it's not right. It's not right. That got to change. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna prepare him. Maybe he's not ready. He's been 5 years without losing. He's defended his
excuses. What you should have said is that, we're going to take this loss as a learning curve. We're going to go back to the drawing board, look at the film, and we're going to get better. But all I hear is excuses talking about my son. He's mentally weak. Nobody picked him to win, so it made him sad.
How much I'ma spend profiling?
140 weight title and his lenient belt. I think 5 times. I think it is, and I think it's right. He's ready to go to 147. You know what I'm saying? That he got beat up, man. That was a headbutt, and
what? That was a headbutt. No, that was not a headbutt. Stop the cap. This man Senior is making all the excuses so his son is not being held accountable. No, your son got worked. He got worked so bad he apologized for slavery.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Happy Black History Month. This man Teofimo Lopez, prior racist, became a supporter of blacks. Crazy work.
My son didn't get beat up, man. He went to 12 rounds with a good box.
Yo, if your son didn't get beat up, why did he come out looking like Charlie the Unicorn?
Always salute to the power that be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all.
Your son didn't get beat up? Look at all these lumps on this guy's face. Yo, this is exactly why Teofimo Lopez needs to move around from his father as the main voice on his corner. You can't talk about my son didn't get beat up. Yo, the fight should have been stopped. How much damage do you need to witness to see that, okay, these two fighters are nowhere close in levels of competition? In boxing, ladies and gentlemen, is defend yourself at all times. If you're not defending yourself, then at some point, When does it stop? Because you're supposed to leave not always the same way you came in, but you can't leave getting damaged the way that Teofimo received, because as we know it, we've seen plenty of boxers leave in a vegetable state, such as Muhammad Ali receiving so much punishment to the head. The head is not meant to get hit like that. So in this game of boxing, you have to protect yourself at all times. Your hand has to be next to your face at all. When you throw a punch, the other hand should be next to your face. But Teofimo Lopez, his hands was at his waist, looking like Charlie the Unicorn, looking like a Digimon. Digimon too. Teofimo Capmon.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
This man has 3 big ass bumps on his forehead. Looking like Bulbasaur from Pokemon. Talking about the power at B.
Brothers and
What?
sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
This fight didn't go.
You know, we were supposed to do different things in there, and that didn't work. You know, and that happens. It happens to anybody. You know what I'm saying? All the greats have lost, and they have come back, and they have done great. So, you know, we're here, and we're gonna stay. He's.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just never got my fair share. I never did. Now.
I gave it all for fantasy. Is anybody gonna remember me?
So now Teofimo is complaining, crying that he never got his fair share. Well, I mean, you lost to George Kambosos. I think if you didn't lose to a guy like that, I mean, you still will have your flowers. I mean, you're still an excellent fighter. But come on, my guy. You got exposed by Shakur. People that wasn't Shakur fans became fans out of your expense. People didn't even know who Shakur was. The casuals didn't know who Shakur was because nobody fought Shakur. You put Shakur on. He's a 4-time weight division champion now because of you.
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
The way you look at it.
That once, but hey, that's just my journey. I guess I just never took on Baphomet, so.
Man, talk about reaching. Now he's talking about the Illuminati.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
He said, I guess I never took on.
Butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag to that. So one day I'll get, maybe one day, but not yet.
We appreciate you though, brother.
Not yet.
These guys appreciate you too.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just never got my fair share. I never did. Not once, man.
The way you look at it.
Not once, but hey, that's just my journey. I guess I just never took on Baphomet, so I just gotta keep it moving.
Final message to those fans and supporters of yours who have always stayed by you.
To all you guys, man, honestly, I appreciate you guys more than anything. Don't ever quit on the takeover. We'll be back in some way, some form. And nevertheless, you know, God is still real. And, you know, I think you guys all know that. You just got to fight harder. Tonight I didn't fight too hard, so we got the decision that we got. But for everybody, I pray and hope that you all still support me after all this.
I just want to say myself personally, just quickly before I do wrap this.
Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
I said this in the beginning when we were promoting this and talking about this on our show, is that Teofimo had moments where he almost looks like a great fighter. It's like, man, I seen a flash there. I seen something, but it's not consistent. It's not sustained, which raises questions for me when I'm watching him as a fighter. But I've also seen him very confident. I've also seen him in control, and he's been in positions where his father didn't have to be a great coach because his son was doing all the work in the ring. so he could say whatever he wanted to say, and it looked like it worked. That guy exists. And if you let him get confidence, that's the guy you're going to have to fight. But if you step on him right from the beginning, I don't mean slugging. I don't mean going punch for punch. I mean, be assertive, allow your dominance to be known in the arena, those watching, the judges, as well as Teofimo Lopez, by how you get down in that first, second, third round. Establish your game plan. If he misses, make him pay. Let him know it's not going to be that type of party tonight. And the first chance you get to yoke him up and let him feel your physical strength, do it early and let him know what time it is. And Shakur did that. And I saw at the end of the first round that Teofimo Lopez had no answers, that he was reduced to just a big punch. I still saw the explosiveness. Some of them punches was landing heavy. He still got the power, but he didn't have a deep bag. He didn't have a second game plan. I'm not even sure what the first game plan was, because the first 30, 40 seconds, I said, Teo is going to try to back Shakur up, and he doesn't mind trying to walk through something to do it. That's what it looked like he was going to do. But the master distance and range that Shakur puts on these guys, it spooks them. We think that only punches landed spooks or scares a fighter. What spooks and scares a fighter, probably up there with even getting hit with a big punch, is when you try to reach and you miss and you get hit with a shot and the crowd goes crazy. That does something to your mind. Shakur started that right away. That right jab was clicking. Bing, bing, bing. Got that eye opened up early. And I saw Teofimo Lopez without answers, Roy, after the first round.
Yeah, he didn't have no answers after the first round. Like I told you in the broadcast we did beforehand, his whole thing was to try to make Shakur mad enough to come out and try to trade with him early. That's why he had all the jokes he had. That's why he was doing all the antics. It was strictly just to try to piss Shakur off so that maybe Shakur would come out and try to land a big shot on him. He knew that was his only chance. And I knew that was his only chance. So if Shakur came out and went right at him like that, that would have gave him a chance to try to land something big and lucky. Other than that, he's never had the feet to keep up with to keep up with Shakur, because Shakur has some of the best feet in the game, and people don't understand that. What makes it so hard is that his foot game is so on point that he can make you miss this much. Because now, used to be he would jump way back. Now he's not doing that anymore. Now he's just stepping back just enough to make you miss so he can get what he wants after you miss. That makes him highly dangerous. And to see him improve on that and come bring it to the forefront in the biggest fight of his career is great. But I want to say something else to both of those fighters. For you two guys to go out there at 28 years old when y'all in y'all prime and put it all on the line, that's what boxing is really about. That's what we've been missing in boxing. And thanks to Turk Al-Sheikh, because without his pockets, they may still not have done it. But because he has the pockets to make it happen, now we can get the fights that we want to see. And that was also a great thing. That was a whole great night of good fights, because Keyshawn fought a really good fighter, Shushu fought a really good fighter, and that main event was two great fighters in their prime. You understand me? And we're not gonna say Teo has gotten to a great status, but he is a good daggone fighter in his
solid
prime.
fighter.
You understand me? Very solid in his prime. So that was a great night for me. Great night of boxing. Great night for boxing.
And shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh, not just for the deep pockets, but the vision. You can have deep pockets. We've seen deep pockets come in the game many times. It's been a lot of people that came in and threw a lot of money at fighters and said they're going to do a lot of different things, but they didn't have the vision. You got to give Turkey Al-Sheikh credit for the vision that he has for the sport and for the fights. He envisions these matchups and says, this is going to be a good one. And they picked the right one with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Man, it was, I don't want to say shocking, but you just expected Teofimo Lopez to have at least a game plan B. I wanted to see, did you have any adjustment? And we got to call out Teofimo Lopez Senior, because, sir, in these moments, this is when you really earn your check. It's not at the press conference. It's not when you're in front of a YouTube channel. It's not any of that. We don't want to, that's cool. If you want to do that, do that. But in that moment, when your son needed you to give him sound instructions, to settle him down and give him one or two things that he can do to change the course of this fight and possibly try to win or catch Shakur or do anything, you as a trainer did not show up. When you start saying stuff like, bro, where's your power? Do you not realize that when you face a boxer like that, that power can get put in the trunk and you'll never see it? You don't have no other game plan other than power? Bro, what's wrong with your legs? He's fighting better legs. Where's your footwork? He's fighting better footwork. Y'all didn't know this? Y'all been seeing Shakur since he been a kid. Y'all came up together. That was the moment where Teofimo Lopez Senior was supposed to earn his money. And I believe in that moment he failed his son.
I agree 100%. Because you had no plan B. It's like what people don't realize is that's why you're a team with your coach. Because when everything you think seems to fail, he's supposed to have something else for you to try. If he don't have nothing else for you to try, then what are you paying him for? I mean, yeah, we all go out with an idea and a fight plan in our minds, but sometimes that fight plan don't work. So if that fight plan don't work, I need you to give me something new or something different to try to make adjustments on the fly if I can't figure it out. Most trainers nowadays, they don't really know boxing because they haven't fought themselves. So of course they don't know how to figure out what has really happened or what's going on. If they fought themselves, they understand how to do that. But because they didn't fight themselves, it makes it kind of tough for them to make those calls. I mean, if my coach ever would have told me, you got to hit him, yo. I'm like, hit him with what? I mean, you got to hit him. Come on, bro. It's not that simple. But if you haven't been in there, you think it's that simple. It looks that simple from the outside. Inside that square, you got to beware. Them feet are a very deadly thing to deal with. If a guy has better feet than you, you got a problem on your hands. Trust what I tell you.
Big problem. Big problem.
Yeah.
And you're not only missing and unsure of yourself. Like I knew Teo didn't have a game plan B when he started doing this funny thing where he throw a right hand and bring his back foot forward and then kind of leave himself out there and then kind of reach back. And a lot of times Shakur following him back, bing, bing, or at least with a jab, bing. Brother, come on, man. Teofimo Lopez, I think, is a better fighter than what he showed that night. But man, Shakur Stevenson had a lot to do with that. Right?
He did.
And I'm gonna say one more thing about the corner. You know, them elite coaches, they not only tell you what to do, they tell you how to do it.
Or why you doing it.
You got it. Why you doing it? What you need to do, and then how to do it. Give me that instruction to say, man, the right hand is wide open. Cool. Next thing I'm listening for is how do I get there, coach? You got to come behind the double jab. Trust that you're going to get there with the double jab. Let the shot go. Don't throw it hard. It's going to be there. That's what I need right there. Teofimo Lopez Senior, all the rah-rah stuff. Bro, my son's from New York, bro. All that rah-rah stuff is out the window. And I told Shakur before the fight, I said, hey, man, do not get caught up in the antics. Stay locked in, because the only reason why he's doing this is because he's out of answer and the first bell hasn't even rung yet. Because when you really like that, when you really know you got a deep bag here, you got a deep bag here, and you know you got 2-3 game plans and I can revert to anything that I need to try to win this fight, you preserve your energy. I ain't got time to be no clown on stage, right? And when we was talking about the press conference and stuff, I had people in my comments like, you don't understand, right? I don't understand. You don't understand. Ali did it. All these guys did it. It's part of boxing. No. That stuff, what he was saying and how he was acting, that's not part of boxing. You want to be a showman? You want to talk your talk? It's a war getting ready to happen. Talk your talk. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the contents of his message and what he was saying. It was hollow. And I told Shakur, do not get caught up in the clown game. If you start trying to clown and get that crowd going, stay locked in. He's doing that because he doesn't have any answer. Shakur Stevenson put on a great performance, but when you great, the standard is high, right? Yep. So me and Bud, we didn't even really let him get to the locker room before we said, brother, we think you could have stopped him. He was like, nah, every time I try to step on him, he would punch back. So, you know, we always gonna challenge him in that way. Like, I believe that Teo was looking for a way out the door. Teo is a tough fighter. Been fighting his whole life. He ain't just gonna quit and lay down. He's a tough kid. You know what I'm saying? You got to help him. And I think if Shakur would have hit him a little bit more to the body, because when he hit him to the body, you know, he got reactions. And Teo had some good body attacks too. I think Teo maybe won the 6th or 7th round because Shakur kind of took it off. Teo pressed forward. He felt Shakur taking his foot off the gas, and he landed some good body shots as well. But if Shakur would have stayed in the body and really made up his mind that he wanted to stop him, I think he could have. And you got to challenge a great fighter like that to always be reaching until the day that he retires. Shakur Stevenson became a 4-division world champion 126 pounds, 30 pounds, 135 pounds, and now 140 pounds. And I love it when you start getting into the weight classes. You start getting into 3, 4, 5, 6 weight classes. Now your intro for Michael Buffer gets a lot longer because Michael Buffer got to go through your resume. Michael Buffer got to start naming off the weight classes. He's a former 126 pound champion, 130 pound champion, 135 pound champion, the reigning 140 pound champion. Come on, man. I love it. So shout out to Shakur for what he did. And where are the people that said he wasn't a draw? And I didn't nobody want to see him fight. I'm going to leave that for another show. Shout out to both them brothers, man, for selling out this arena. And to your point, Roy, man, just being willing to say yes.
Yep.
They said yes to this because bar a draw happening, it's going to be a winner and a loser. And it's a fallout for the loser right now. J.O. going through it. You know, and some of it is part of the game. It's just what it is. You do not show, you talk like that and you don't show up, man, you gotta deal with that. It just come with it. But I want to shout him out and tell him, man, listen, you came up short, brother. You know, process this however you process these things. You know, if you want to fight on, you can fight on. And, you know, we respect you as a fighter and we respect your willingness to say yes.
I agree. We do respect him as a fighter. We respect his willingness to say yes. And I also respect his willingness to stay there at 12 rounds because he didn't have to. You understand me? And it's like outside looking in, it's like people all the time, you know, I know, and I look at this a lot of times, even when I train guys, but you know, it is what it is. But to have his dad not understand that, listen, sir, you got your son fighting one of the best fighters in the world. And on top of it, 2 of his best friends are basically Hall of Famers, Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford. Do you know how much knowledge they're going to pour into this kid throughout the training camp of this fight? You better bring somebody in with some knowledge too, or you're going to have problems. You understand where I'm coming from? I mean, think about that. Think about that. He's going to get Nacho Bernstein or somebody that can match the mindset. You feel me? He got 2 guys with incredible minds. How you going to get by all that? And he a good fighter already. With 2 guys with 2 awesome blueprints already. How you going to beat that, bro? How you going to beat that? Are you going to come by yourself? It's just tough, bro. I mean, I don't understand. I didn't understand that either. I mean, at least go get you somebody that has that experience. You understand me? He didn't go get nobody. So
we also got to shout out the whole squad, the whole team, Shakur Stevenson's team, Wally Moses, the head trainer, Edward Jackson, assistant trainer, Coach Ron Sims, James Prince, Josh Dubin, Julie Goldsticker, everybody. It's a team effort, man. It's a team effort. It takes a lot of different pieces. Paulina and Denise from Vital, who kept his weight on point, nutrition on point. It's a team effort, man. It really takes a village to get something like this done. And just want to shout out the whole team Stevenson, man. Y'all did that.
And I want to say this too. Stevenson looked really, really good at that 140-pound division. You understand me?
You like him there?
His body was filled out. His punches looked and sounded harder. He looked really good at 140. I mean, I know he probably gonna want to go back down to 35, but he looked really good at 140. I promise he did. His body filled out perfect for that weight class.
I'm gonna say one more thing to Teofimo Lopez Senior, man. You know, it was sad, man. I heard that, you know, that Teofimo Jr., you know, he's getting his post-fight medicals and different things like that, that he was all by himself. No team members. No rah-rah. No, none of that. All right? I can only imagine what his circle would have looked like if he won that fight against Shakur Stevenson. Maybe caught Shakur with a punch or whatever the case may be. He got his hand raised. Man, that's weak, man. And I don't, you know, it's really sad, man. And I hate that Teofimo Lopez has to go through things like that. I mean, some of the stuff he gets, Roy, like, is warranted because of the way they talk and the way they present themselves. But get past that, and you get to the humanity of the person. Man, you should have been with your son as if he won that fight. Yeah, your heart is heavy. Yeah, you know it's tough. But I'm being here with that's my baby. I don't care how old you get. You're gonna be deep down. You're gonna be my baby. He didn't have his father there, and I saw a post-fight interview with Lopez Senior, and he did the number one thing you're not supposed to do as a coach when something like that happens. They said, "What happened in the fight with your son?" "Oh, he didn't listen to me." In other words, I did my part, but he didn't do his. And if he would have did his, I don't know what happened to his power, his speed, everything was gone. Then he started making a bunch of excuses. Yeah, it's because everybody was against him and da da da. Listen, sir, 140 pounds, 135 pounds, 135 pounds. And now 140 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 po You wrong for that, man. And you got to be there with your son and be there for your baby boy, just as if he won that fight. The fallout from a fight like that is going to take weeks and months, not just that night. Your son needs you there saying we and us, we didn't do it. And man, if we got to go back to the drawing board and we got to figure this out, man, I should have done better at camp. Maybe I should have got you some different work. Whatever you got to say, you stand as one team united with your son, because I guarantee you, if Teofimo Lopez Jr. won that fight, oh, we would have got more of Teofimo Lopez Senior than we wanted. That wasn't right. And that's not the way you do your son. And I just hated to see that, Roy. I hated to see him get thrown under the bus a third or fourth time after the fight. You already had to deal with the fallout of the fight. You're dealing with, the natural stuff that's going to come. You got to stand on that. You got to shoulder that, bro. But then this stuff over here from my daddy and my coach, I just didn't like to see that, man. That hurt me to see that.
Yeah, it hurt anybody to see it, Andre. And it's like a lot of times, I don't like to speak on it much because I do understand. I went through it a lot myself. But this is why sometimes at some point, as a man, you got to go get your own team. You understand me? You can't be there and just depend on that, because a lot of times fathers get mad and they're going to blame everything on you because they are the father. They feel like, well, he didn't do what I told him to do. But at some point, you got to stop allowing him to tell you what to do so that you can't never blame that. He can't never blame that on you. But if you let him keep telling you what to do, I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
You feel where I'm coming from?
That's real.
I'm just keeping it real. So I understand both sides, but it's like the father gonna say, well, he ain't listening to what I say. Well, I mean, really, at this point, somebody should really be listening to what he say more. You feel where I'm coming from? Because
he should listen. He shouldn't have listened to what he said in the corner.
That's what I'm saying. But what I said, somebody should.
He didn't give him much to listen to in the first place.
He didn't say that.
He didn't tell him nothing. He in the corner asking questions.
Yeah.
What?
So
You asking me questions? I'm dealing with these punches and this jab. Give me something, bro.
he had nothing to give. Like I said, he ain't got nothing to give him. And at that point, you got to realize that, like I said, I understood that, but I don't want you in the corner or come and tell people, well, he didn't do what I tell him to do, because I might not have agreed with what you said anyway. So why would I do what you said? Hit him, bro. That's not enough. You feel me? So, and I think they went through this before. Tio just didn't do what he probably should have did, but that's why
at that time, yeah, you're right. You understand me? They did have a shakeup. Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from? So I don't, like I said, I don't want to get into it, but you can't blame it now, because when God showed you what it was, you didn't do what you should have did. So now you got to suffer consequences. These are the consequences of you not doing what God tell you to do.
Check me and shit. And I seen T.O. in there. We actually took a picture together and everything. But he was in there dolo. Dolo. I'm like none of his team, nobody? Where everybody at? Right. Why is he in here dolo? Me and him having a full-on conversation. He pulled me to the side, just one-on-one. Me and him had a good little convo, but nobody else is in here with him. I didn't like that. Like, that didn't make me feel good, because I knew him since, like, back in the day. So it's like, I kind of feel bad, because at the end of the day, we just boxers, and we giving our heart and our soul to our craft, and we going there and risk our life for the dangers of, for the public and ourselves too, entertainment. And for nobody to be surrounded with him at that moment, that's supposed to be right there on his.
Who also said that Martin Luther King did a lot of damage to the country. A racist is the worst thing you can be in life. And this is why Mexicans and other Latinos like Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, and pretty much 95% of the rest of the Mexicans, would never share this type of sympathy that Shakur Stevenson is sharing right now. Even if that black man were to lose his life. Ryan Garcia, he said he wished he could kill George Floyd again. And do you guys remember what Teofimo said about Deontay Wilder after he lost to Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury cheated?
If you see Deontay Wilder in person, would you still call him a bitch to his face?
Yeah, I would tell him like, hey, man, with all due respect and everything, just you sounding like a bitch. I would talk to him first and tell him why, and then tell him, man, this is why you sound like a bitch. But you're not a bitch. You sound like one.
Right.
If I'm calling someone a bitch, it's just because, yeah, you are acting like one. You are acting like one. No one cares about how you feel, Deontay. No one does. Even if you put it out there. Oh man, I feel bad that you got a dent on your head. No. This is the fight game. This is war. This is a man's sport. And if you're looking for closure and if you're looking for comfort, you're not gonna get it here.
You hear that advice he just gave you, Shakur? He said no one cares how you feel. This is the fight game. Now, of course, this was when Teofimo was undefeated. And something else that's important to note is He's the only boxer that came out and publicly dissed Deontay Wilder after that Tyson Fury situation. And something else that annoys me when it comes to T.O. is how damn inarticulate he is. He's always trying to look for words that he just can't find. Like when he says, so if you're looking for closure or comfort, you're not going to get it. He really wanted to say, so if you're looking for sympathy, you're not going to get it. But he couldn't find those words because they don't exist in his vocabulary. T.O. is the one that Eddie Hearn should have been calling inarticulate instead of Tank Davis. But anyway, like I told you, they make it clear. That same love, that same sympathy, that same empathy will never be reciprocated by these type of people. So you don't sit over here talking about how you feel sad or how you feel bad for him because he's all alone in the doctor's room. No, what you should have said is f him, f T.O., f his daddy, and f his sister, and anyone else that has a problem. Like Terrence Crawford said, man, I wouldn't even touch them. I wouldn't even shake their hand after the fight. All that racist shit you done said, you can't take that shit back. And see, when they say all that racist shit, I don't get mad or bothered. I'm happy that
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
So we know not to fuck with them. And Shakur and a couple other black people are the only ones that apparently don't know that. Shakur is sitting over here talking about, nah, he not no racist because I knew him long time ago. Like I used to see him at the boxing tournaments and he was cool to me. He came over, just gave me a high five, said, what's up? He was even singing rap songs. So I know he can't be no racist. And I told you guys, when you black and you say shit like that, all that does is encourage other racist Mexicans to say more racist shit. Because right after Shakur Stevenson said, nah, man, Tio ain't no racist, like a week later, then the whole Fernando Vargas family, including their father, came out calling black people monkeys. And you know when the father joins in, that shit is completely embedded into the race. So you wasting your time shaking their hand after the fight, showing empathy. They took this photo, by the way, after the fight, like a week after the fight. So they're not feeling sad or sorry like Sean Porter or Shakur Stevenson. That's how they celebrate what they thought was a big win, them beating a YouTuber, Dean the Great. Man, I remember when Fernando Vargas Senior, when he fought Ross Thompson, they had beef before the fight, leading up to the fight. And Vargas won the fight. He knocked him out. And when he knocked him down, he spit on him. And just in case people didn't see it, which a lot of people didn't see it until he reminded people, because after the fight, when Fernando Vargas did his post-fight interview in the ring on HBO, he told the crowd that he spit on him after he knocked him down because he was so proud of doing it. They are not like us. And they never will be. With
me that night.
Yeah.
My brain was just working too fast.
But Cole, you had to be nervous. Like, this is your big
I
moment.
swear
It's
to
Madison
God.
Square Garden, 22,000 people. You had to have some kind of nerves. You just knew?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, like, I think that maybe just my entire life of, like, preparing for these moments have been, like, getting me ready for this. But it's like, I remember having butterflies and stuff in fights back in the day when I was younger.
Okay. Like, you talking amateurs?
Amateurs. When I fought in the Olympics,
Yeah.
butterflies was going through my body. I remember an out-of-body experience when I fought Valdez. Like, I fought him, but, like, I couldn't remember how it went. It just was like everything was flowing. With this fight, it felt like I was in the ring about to spar.
Yeah, like that calm, that
It just felt like you at the gym about to just go work out and
I be trying to laugh
didn't
with
feel
the
like
bros.
pressure. It didn't feel like pressure. It just felt like my target right there.
Yeah.
Stay on point and execute what my game plan.
Now, like I said, this is Madison Square Garden, right? You sold out Madison Square Garden, you and T.O. That's a big deal. Like, how do you you the kid from Newark, is across the street, you know what I mean? Did that put like an extra flair on it, extra magnitude, the fact that it was at the Garden, or was it like, if it would have been anywhere, the same kind of deal?
It felt like I'm a superstar.
Yeah.
It just felt like this is where I'm meant to be. Like, I told people, like, I've been running from superstardom for like years and years, but like now it's just like, okay, embrace it, bro.
Yeah.
Embrace it. And like, if you watch the walkout, when I walked out, I just smiled and I'm like, man, it's my moment.
What do you mean by that though? Because I've heard you say that in interviews. I think you've told me that before. Like you've been running from superstardom. Like what exactly were you running from? Like obviously you kind of knew who you are, but what's the running part?
It's so much stuff within being a superstar to where like your private life is like you want to keep your private life, but like people, you walk outside, people want pictures, people probably taking camera videos of
Sneak
you,
recordings.
and it's like you can't even be a normal person,
Yeah.
and like that's what comes with being a superstar. Like, but now I'm at a point where I'm just not scared of it no more. I'm like, okay, embrace, like I said, embrace it. This is my moment. This is who I am. This is what God put me in this position for. And if I couldn't handle it, He wouldn't put me here. So embrace it and enjoy it.
I thought one thing was interesting. You said, I think that might have been in the ring where you said, Keyshawn called you before the fight and y'all prayed together.
Facts.
And the fact that you said that made it feel like that was like a moment for you or something. Can you break
It
that
was
down?
big.
What was
It
that?
was big.
Why was that something that was so important for you?
It was crazy, right? All right, so I'm gonna explain it. I wake up, I start to drink my coffee. Now I'm like, should I drink coffee today or should I not? It's fight day.
Yeah.
You probably don't even need a coffee, just chill. I'm not even drinking my shit. He called me early in the morning. He like, you had your coffee yet? That's the first thing he said. I swear to God.
So like he know you, like he just know.
He
Like,
said, you had your coffee? I said, you had your coffee yet? He said, yeah, I just finished mine. I said, bet, I'm about to finish mine now.
Right.
So then he got to talking. He was like, how you feeling and stuff? I'm like, shit, I feel good. I'm like, how you feel? He like, shit, I feel good and I'm ready too. Then he like, can you go somewhere private? I'm like, all right, I got you. I went somewhere private. Then he was like, I just want to pray with you, bro. Let's pray together. And he got up there and he said a prayer for like 5-6 minutes long of it, like just saying like, protect us in the ring, protect us tonight. And I ain't gonna get into the whole prayer because I don't even got to, but it was big for me that my brother called me during a night that was big for both of us and put that prayers in our heart and in our soul. And when I went in the ring, every time you see me get in the ring, I go on my knee and I pray for me and my opponent to make it back safe to our family. So yeah, that was big for me. That was a big moment for me.
because you mentioned it on the mic, so I said, okay, that had to actually play a role in, you know what I'm saying, kind of how you felt, I guess.
It may have, and that's probably why I'm telling you, like, I did not feel no nerves. Like, I'm walking out, everything was just normal. Everything was just like, okay.
All right, so hold on. We gonna get into the fight for sure, but let me just break down the night because it was a crazy night overall. Not just your fight, the whole night was crazy.
Yeah.
Let me start with Big Baby. His top came off, the roof was missing. Was you too locked in to see that? Or did you see that like on the TV, on your phone before the fight?
Nah, I seen it after the fight. After he fought, they replayed it and they show him taking it off. I never seen the dude knock it off until way later, but it was cool. Yeah, I seen it.
You know, that turned up the whole crowd though. Like, I'm in the mix. I'm in there. As soon as he did that, everybody was like, you know what I'm saying? It turned up the energy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just entertainment. So it was a good little entertainment for the fans and stuff.
For sure. Shushu did his thing.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure.
Knockout. I thought he brought a lot of energy too. It felt like the whole night just kept leading up to a moment. It was like a great night. Did you see his fight?
I caught some of it. Yeah, I caught some of it. The parts that I had seen him kind of get hurt.
Yeah.
And then I want to say he kind of fought back, and then I seen him stop the dude and hit him with like a nice combination. So yeah, I saw some of it. I didn't get to see the entire fight.
Yeah. And then obviously Keyshawn, right? Like
the truth.
Man, you know, cause I ain't gonna lie. You told me in the beginning. You said, "Yo, Key, one of them ones." This is years ago when we was talking about this, and I was like, I mean, he good, but I don't know. And I feel like he's shown constantly that Key's A-level.
For me though, bro, it's like this, right? It's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other and prepare for these fights. So when he going out there, right, he fighting against Jermaine Ortiz. No disrespect to Jermaine.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near a my level caliber of fighter.
Right.
But he's getting that look with me on a
Right.
on a basis to where by the time he get out there with Jermaine, it's like,
man. Right.
I'm in there with Core. You got defense, but your defense ain't as good as Core. And then it's vice versa. So now they like, oh, you fighting against a top level fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. I done been in there with Key. I done been in there with Bud.
Yeah.
I done been in there with guys to where like I know I'm good at the highest of levels in boxing.
How did that feel? Like, you know, you and your brother, same card. I feel like I seen you post a picture the other day. Y'all really are kind of Goku and Vegeta, low key. Like, low key is really that. Like,
Facts.
how did it feel though? Like, you know, me and my brother just on the same card at the Garden.
I think it was amazing. It's amazing even watching the transition of like seeing where like he was and like being a part of helping him get back to where he's at now is like, I love it. Like, I enjoy it. I ain't even got to say too much about it, but it's like, okay, my brother going through something. Even when we kind of having our, nah, fuck that. Nigga. Come on.
Yeah.
We getting past that, and that was your turn, and I'm not going to allow and sit back and allow you to even waste that talent that you got, because I've been told, Key, for years, bro, you could be one of the best. All you got to do is just, boom, discipline.
You know, with both of y'all being the best, they always gonna want it. And
They
I
gotta
know
come with it.
You know they always gonna want to see
come
it,
with
though.
it.
You know everybody always gonna want to see it.
We get to see it.
I want to see it too. I need to see
We
a
get to
sparring
see
or
it.
something.
Pull up. Come
Yeah,
watch.
Nah, for sure.
Come watch.
Your fight, bro. Cool. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't think it was gonna be that easy. You ain't think that. No way you thought that. Come on, Cole. No way you thought that. No way.
I'm going to tell you now, bro. In my visions, I've been telling my coaches and everything, I'm like, yo, they hyping this fight up as 50-50, as it could be this. But this could be a very one-sided fight. When I sat there and I watched him with Lomachenko, I watched him with Josh Taylor. Good fighter. There's nothing wrong with his boxing ability. He's a great fighter. He's been doing this for years and years. People allow him to get away with mistakes that I just wasn't going to allow him to get away with.
What you mean? Could you break that down a little bit? Now that it's over, I mean, I know that you could give up a little something.
I can.
Yeah, I know you were saying at one point you said that in the press conference that he make a lot of mistakes and I'm gonna capitalize off of it. What would you say was, I guess, one of the mistakes that you honed in on that you're like, all right, I can see this and I know I'm gonna take advantage?
Okay, so he orthodox, right? The left side of his body is always open. He defends the right side well. But the left side, with his hand always being down, is like an easy opening to a target.
So are you seeing that as you in there, or is this based on the looks that you watched in film, or like when you get in there you're seeing
It's the
this?
looks I watched in film.
Okay.
What I seen on film was right there in front of me on fight night. I promise you.
But cool, it wasn't supposed to be that far apart. Like, I had it, like I said, I'm a media pundit. I always give opinions. I try to be as unbiased as I can. I always thought it was going to be like, I thought it was a 70-30, maybe 65-35. I thought you had a clear path to victory, but he was going to present resistance, and this was the fight that,
But
as
how?
people, this is going to be the resistance.
How was he going to present resistance if he can't hit me?
Well, we thought he could hit you.
And I could hit him.
I thought he could hit you. I thought
This is boxing.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be able to hit you, though. At least like a couple of rounds of danger, because he does he lunges in. Sometimes he'll catch people with the lunging left hook.
My feet is too good.
Yeah.
My feet is too good for any fighter to just be able to lunge in and not pay for what they're doing. He's a good fighter. That's why, like, if you watch him against guys like Arnold Barboza, I talk shit about him.
Yeah. You was
But
killing
I
him
talk
one time.
shit about him because me and him had a back and forth.
Yeah.
Do I think he's a bad fighter? No. But against Teo, he looked like a bad fighter.
He did.
But then when Teo fight me,
He ain't
Teo looks like a horrible fighter.
But cool, this was supposed to, like I said, to me, you've had harder fights
tryna
against
laugh
guys
with
that
the
are
bro.
lesser in the
But I
talent
told y'all
department.
that. I said Zepeda was going to be a harder fight than Teo.
Yeah.
I literally said that. I was like, Zepeda style. And I told Teo this. I sat down with him. I'm like, bro, like Zepeda. He's like, what? Oh, don't compare me to no Zepeda. Like, he
I
kind
remember
of
that.
took it
Yeah, he said
offended.
that, yeah.
But I was trying to tell him that the style Zepeda presented, to me, that was the style that's supposed to be able to. But if you're going to go out there and think, go out there and think with me.
Right. Yeah, that's bad.
I don't care who it
Bad
is.
game
It's
plan.
damn near impossible.
Yeah. All right, so hold up. But all right, so break it down in the ring, right? Like, the moment you told your grandfather in the corner, I'm stronger than him.
That's the second round.
Yeah, what gave you the inclination? Is it just you taking punches on the glove? Is it, how did you come to that conclusion?
when I went out there, and I want to say, I stood in the center, and like I'm trying to see, like, okay, what he got. And I threw something, and he threw something, and like the reaction to what I threw was like, okay, you kind of like.
You mean his reaction?
He had to respect it. It had to be respect. And when I seen that the respect was there, I'm like, okay, you see that these motherfuckers can hurt you too.
Right.
A lot of people don't feel that way until they get there in front of it.
Well, that's because that's what people say, though. They like, plenty of people say Shakur don't punch that hard, you know what I'm saying?
Until they get in front of it and they got to feel them punches on the chin. And they like, oh, I don't want to get knocked out.
So you think that Tio was in there like, I feel this? Like, I'm
yes.
like, yeah?
It was respect. Because if it wasn't, you would have just saw him just say, fuck it, come on.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he walk for it? Matter of fact.
Like it's a pay-to, why?
I listened to his corner the entire night. I heard them.
What you mean, from where you was at over there?
When I was, no, not where I was at. When I'm in the ring, I can hear what they telling Tio.
Okay.
The black guy.
Stacey McKinley. That was Tyson.
He kept screaming. Ask him when you talk to him. If you ever talk to him, ask him.
Yeah.
He kept screaming. He said, back him up. Back him up. You got to back him up.
Yeah.
When he kept saying it, I'm like, he not backing me up. I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
I'm not backing up. What am I backing up for?
Right. Well, listen, I thought that was, to me, again, dispelling narratives. That's also another narrative outside the power is Shakur's a runner, right? If people actually, I study this game, right? So if people watch the fights, you don't really use a lot of lateral movement. But I mean, this fight, you stood in the pocket with him. Was that something that, that was a part of the game plan? Like, we're not going to use lateral movement, or that's just your comfort zone? For real, I'm saying. People were saying this fight supposed to be
I'm laughing at you, though, bro.
Why?
Because you say this fight.
Yeah.
This fight.
Yeah, Tio. Shakur, we got to go.
You got to be a casual if that's how you feel. No disrespect to you.
But why you say that?
Because you're not really watching me. Like, it's no way you really just sit there and watch me and say, oh, this guy's a mover.
Yeah.
How? Like, where? Really sit down and pay attention to my fights.
Yeah.
Where am I moving to? I don't just move around the ring. Oh, Edwin De Los Santos.
That was the only
one. We're going to live off of that one fight.
Oh, the other one, they kind of give you movement
Nakathea.
on. Exactly. Those
I
only
would tell
two.
you.
Those
I
only
would tell
two.
you.
Yeah, those only two that you could get that.
Every other fight, where am I a mover?
Yeah.
So, for me, it's like, I mean, I enjoy people thinking that. Go
What
ahead.
I'm saying is I don't want to just say moving because you're a mover, but moving in the sense that this guy was supposed to be a guy that presents speed and power. The only other guy that we seen was De Los Santos. So that's why we like maybe. Yeah. So how come he wasn't moving? You was just like.
But De Los Santos, I had one hand, bro. Like, when am I going? Okay. That's like, okay. If you go to war, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got an army with 100 people.
Yeah.
And then you got an army with 50 people. The ones with 50 people got to play strategic in that war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they got less people.
You can't just go straight forward at 100. Yeah,
Come on. Yeah. So when I'm in there with De Los Santos, no disrespect, I'm a hell of a fighter. I told you I still seen the skill set of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not at 100%, bro. What am I? I'm going to go in there, go to war with him. I got one hand, he got two. Let's go to war and stand right there in the middle of the ring and see who punch harder and who can land the best punch. Why would I do that?
Right.
So, I mean, like I said,
that makes
the
sense.
narrative is dead now.
Yeah.
Like, it's dead. They can't tell me no more.
They can't. They can't say that. The only, I would say, all right, if I have to critique, right, because it's me he's supposed to critique, excellent night. First of all, let me give you your credit. We don't want to just offer critiques without saying what you actually did. You made it easy, excellent night, use of the jab. We're going to get into all of that, too.
You should have stopped him.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Cool, I'm just trying to tell you.
I'm beating y'all to it, dog. Look.
I'm just trying to tell you, though.
I love it, though. I love it, because at the end of the day, we should have stopped this hell of a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Is he not a hell of a fighter no more? Or
is
he a bum now?
They saying that, too. I think that's disrespect.
Or is he a bum?
Nah, you can't say that.
Now he's a bum.
People are saying that, but I don't think that's you can't say
crazy,
that.
though.
Yeah,
but that's why they feel like I should have stopped him. Like, just this bum-ass fighter, get rid of him because you had him.
I don't think it was that he was a bum.
I don't
think it was a bum, Cole. I think it was that you were so in control that once we got to the 9th and 10th round where it's like, all right, everyone could see you got him figured out. Tio know you got him figured out. Everyone else. So I guess it was like, all right, is he going to step on the gas to try to get him out?
But then it's a risk with that, right?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Oh, definitely. 100%.
So if you win in a fight and you blowing somebody out, right? 8-0, 9-0, and then you say, fuck it. I'm going to take the risk in this 10th, 11th round, and we're going to trade it out and duke it out.
Yeah.
And then during the risk, he crack you and catch you.
Yeah.
What
What
type of dumb shit have you just done during this fight to where you was winning the entire fight and now you hurt and this nigga done got you? Because he can crack.
Yeah.
I seen it. I felt it firsthand. He can crack.
So, but all right, but there's people that'll say, and you know who else said it today? I don't know if you saw Shannon Sharp. He said
he's
that.
sick.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp said that.
He's sick.
Unc said that. Unc said
he's sick.
He said, Shakur, we know he got skills. He did a great job. But he said, I don't know if I would pay because I want to see more offense. Or I'm trying to forget. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know how he said it. What did you think about that when he said it? Because like I said, that's the only critique that's out there now, and he's saying that. What do you think about that narrative?
Guys like him, man, I just try to ignore them because at the end of the day, I could really get on his ass with his business and talk about what he doing that's dumb as a motherfucker. It's a bunch of dumb shit, Mr. Shannon Sharp.
Different various like WBC Trainer of the Year awards and stuff like that. They got to do the opposite of these awards. That's what I want to see in boxing. I don't really care about Fighter of the Year, Terrence Crawford Fighter of the Year. We know who's a good fighter. We know Crawford's good, right? I want to see all of these awards, but flipped. Like the worst fighter of the year, the worst performance of the year, the worst trainer of the year. That's the award show I would tune in for. Call me a cynic, but that's what I want to see. I don't want to see, like, everybody around the world knows who the good fighters are. The Gervonta Davises, the Terrence Crawford. We already know. I wanted the world to know who did the worst job. And the worst trainer, like the person to beat right now for worst trainer in boxing is Teofimo Senior. Bro, it gotta be Teo Senior. There is no way anybody, like, it's gonna be hard this year to beat that performance. Bro, it's gonna be real hard to beat that. He the leading contender for worst trainer. The level of commentary, it wasn't even training. Like, it wasn't no like serviceable. Hey, double up on the jab, circle to his left. All right, he's a southpaw, so you know you got to move with the left hand, like move away from. Like, it was nothing like that. He was saying like, "Where's your power?" Like, it was like whiny. What happened to the power? Hit him, bro. Bro, I almost fell out my seat when he said, "Hit him, bro." That sounds like something somebody would say, like in a street fight, like off to the side. Hit him, get it, like instigating a street fight. Yeah, kick his butt, twist his dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's like peanut gallery on a street fight. You just gotta hit him, bro. Kamal got something to say. Big Baby Miller, like him or hate him, is hilarious. He's good on the mic. I sent you TMZ Sports interview where hair companies are blowing up his DM. That is kind of funny. Use your gloves. Like, I'll give you a true life story. My pops taught me how to drive, right? So I'm like, whatever, 14, whatever age. I don't know. It was a long time ago. My pops taught me how to drive, right? And I'm a perfectionist, if you can't tell from my channel, right? I'm a perfectionist. I don't like to make mistakes. I like to be on point with mine. So when I was learning, I was like young, so I'm like a little bit nervous, right? A lot of power being behind the wheel. So my pops, all right, this is the brake. This is the gas pedal, blah, blah, blah. Pull the e-brake up if you need, parking, reverse drive. We're not going to get to the parallel parking. That's too complex. We're just doing the basics, right? And my dad, shout out to my dad, Shout out to my pops. He took his time. He was telling me it helps. My dad was a mechanic. You know what I mean? Airplane and car mechanic. But he took his time. He was like, adjust your rear view mirror before you start driving, before you buckle up, adjust your mirrors, put your seatbelt on before you start driving. You know, under the hood, this is where if you need a refill. He taught me how to change a tire. Here's a tire iron, take the lug nuts off and pump your gas right here, and here's reverse, right? This is what my pops did. And I love my dad for that, right? What if it was Teo Senior? Imagine learning to drive, but it was Teo Senior with them corner instructions that he had over there that other night, other weekend with the Shakur Stevenson. What if it was Teo Senior? Imagine that. I told you, I was nervous to drive because I was young. I was nervous. So you behind the wheel, you clenching the wheel. He in the passenger seat, and he's like, drive, bro. What are you doing? You gonna hate yourself tomorrow? Drive, bro. You gotta drive. Bro, I can't learn like that. I'm sorry. I was already nervous, so I can't learn with my, like, hit the gas. What are you doing? Drive, bro. Drive. Because that was the level of commentary and instructions you had for your son. My dad showed me from top to bottom everything about the automobile that I needed to know to be a safe driver. You talk about some drive, bro. Hit the gas. You gonna hate yourself tomorrow. You don't hit the gas. Man, stop. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Bro, you gotta tell the fighter things that they don't see. Cause they in the fight. They getting punched on. And Teo was getting punched on. So he might have a concussion. He might not know, exactly what's going on. So you got to be that second set of eyes. Say, dog, I'm laughing my muff. Bro, come on, hit the like button. You see, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all be like enjoying the jokes and the delivery and the live streams. And then I look at the likes and it be like, boom, 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 boom. Hey, y'all be doing me disrespectful. Y'all know I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. And then I do these lives and y'all be like, ha ha, tee hee, that was funny. I like these jokes. These are some good jokes to me. And then I end the stream and I'm like, huh? Where'd the likes go? Bro, come on, talk to him. Y'all be using me like this ain't a business for me. I'm gonna make y'all pay this year. You witty as hell, my G. Man, I'm just doing me. Bro. Yeah, we got a bunch of spies in the chat. First 48 month. Drive, bro. What are you doing? And to be honest, when the situation is already like uneasy or chaotic, you probably shouldn't scream like that. You know what I mean? Like you want to hear someone talking to you calm when you're already under pressure. And then after the fight, Teo Senior, his pop's gonna do an interview. He threw his son under the bus. He threw his son under the bus crazy. I ain't never seen that. The way he threw his son under the bus was insanity. He did that interview and he was like, kind of blamed it all on his son. He kind of blamed everything on his son. Like, he was like, he didn't listen. I told him what to do. He didn't listen. But that man said, listen. Bro, he did not have to throw Tio under the bus afterwards. Tio Senior threw his son under the bus so bad, he might as well did this in that interview. Hold on. Bro. I'm gonna show you Tio dad right now. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Here go Tio Senior. The interviewer was like, what went wrong out there? Because it's probably like a UK dude. Mate, what went wrong? What went wrong with Teo? Tio Senior. Here go Tio. Bro. There go Tio Senior. He didn't listen, bro. You didn't do what we did in sparring, bro. I told him. He said, I told him everything, but he didn't do it, bro. Dog, here go Tio Senior. Look. What was the main problem in the fight? What went wrong for you? Tio Senior. Y'all see that? Y'all see that, Tio Senior? Y'all can see that? Bro, hit him! Hit him! My boy Sir said he be off the sauce or that coquilla. Bro, that man gotta be off that Blue Magic. I got Blue Magic, name brand like Pepsi. I guarantee it, my dollar, huh? Yeah. Man, I used to work for. He owned half of a business. You don't own me, though. Bro, that was that Frank Lucas. Them corner instructions was Frank Lucas. That was Blue Magic, name brand like Pepsi. I guarantee it, my dollar. Huh? Bro, you was off that wet off the step or something, because them corner instructions was not it. That was that Frank Lucas. This $25,000 alpaca. You don't wipe that. You blot that. Bro. Huh? Frank Lucas with the mink. Bro, that was Frank Lucas mink up in there. You feel me? $25. Bro, my boy Denzel went off though. Yeah, okay. That's $25,000 alpaca. You don't wipe that. You blot that. Huh? Yeah, I'm leaving here with something. Huh? Bro, Tio Senior said, I'm leaving here with something. A black eye from Shakur. Oh, boy. Bro, you got beat up. Talk about black people now. How about that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the black channels. I want to talk about the black. Yeah. Let me talk about, you were saying all that stuff about black people. Let's talk about that. Ain't no one buying Tio singing Kumbaya. Oh, Kamal got me right focused. He got me right back focused. Pause. Bro, all of y'all clowns up in my comment section, and they gonna cry that boxing ego, the Elohim of boxing. Talking about, oh, ego, another Tio video. Why are you making another Tio video? There's so many things you could be talking about. Why you keep talking to Tio, the Beta? I don't want to hear it. Because black people had to listen to, process, and endure all that bull that Tio was on. And he kept doing it. And he kept double down. Oh, black people this and where the all right. Bro, did he just say where the is that? Huh? Bro, remember he was hitting the bag. Where the knuckles at? Where the knuckle at? Playing games. I'm from the old school. You play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. You talk that shit now. Talk that monkey now. That monkey was on your ass. Jab. Ha 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 ha. Bro, the boy Shakur said, ha 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 ha. I busted. He hit you with the old Eminem freestyle with that jab. Ha 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 ha. All right, busted. The only man on the planet that'll drive off of the Grand Canyon and land in the handstand. Bro, he hit you with that ha 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 ha. Aight, but that old school M. Huh? I'm zoning off of one joint. Stopping the limo. Shopping the demo. Shopping the demo at gunpoint. A lyricist without a clue. What year is this? Here's a sword. Body pierced with this. Living it up. Never giving the... Give me the keys. I'm drunk. And I never driven the truck. But I smoke dope in the cab. I stab you with the sharpest knife I can grab. Come back the next week and reopen the scab. Bro, he hit you with that Marshall Mathers. That jab was busting. Hit like the Marshall Mathers LP when it first came out. You see, I just Marshall Mathers, Marshall Mathers. Hey, yo, you might see me walking. No, what did he say? You might see me jogging. You might see me walking. You might see me walking a dead rock while a dog with his head chopped off in the park with a spiked collar hollering at him because the son of a bitch won't quit barking. A leaning out the window with a cocked shotgun, driving up the block in the car that they pocket, looking for Big's killers, dressing ridiculous, blue and red like I don't see what the big deal is. Bro, he hit you with some of that. He hit you with that dead wrong. Like Biggie and M, you was dead wrong. You talk all that stuff about black people. I want to hear you talk about it now. He doing the cry Hallmark videos in the back, bandaged and taped up. Talking about, oh, yeah, God be punishing me. I don't know why. Bro, God is punishing you because you was talking about blacks. And then after, you going to apologize for slavery. Nah, it's too late, sonny. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Talk about black. We want the blacks want to hear it now. You got the blacks' attention now. Because you got pieced up, my boy. Now, full credit to Shakur. For me, that's top 3 Shakur performance. That's top 3. I really like what I've seen from Kur. I ain't like, it's been a while as an analyst and an OG in the game. It's been a while where I had a performance like that where I ain't really even got that many critique. He critiqued T.O. face. So I don't really have I don't have too much that I could really I feel like it's more like brush up on this a little bit, nitpick this. That's about it. You know what I mean? That was definitely a top 3, maybe even top 1 performance, all things considered. I liked it. For me, that was probably the best. That was like the closest to the hype we get for Shakur. You see what I'm saying? I'm always going to keep it real with you. Like, where Crawford was like bigging him up, like Shakur the Future and stuff. You didn't always see that. Like when he fought the African, I ain't see that he number 1 pound for pound. You fought the Gods Must Be Crazy. Some random African. Did we get him? Try again, Motosaka. Do you know who you did? You fought Michael Blackson out this bit. The air up there. That's who you was fighting. And that I think he was an African super cop. Bro, you fought an African cop from Namibia. You fought that Coming to America. She's your queen to be. Bro, you fought Simeon Akeem. Where's Akeem? Meet me at the Waldorf store. You would fight random Africans. I'm not gonna value that the same. But this Teofimo, I like that. I like what you did with Teo. Bro, this is who Shakur fought. Bro, y'all remember that movie? The Gods Must Be Crazy? Bro, this low-key looked like an African usher. This looked like Shaka Raymond. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. Bro, don't this look like African usher? 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising that street. I got the real pretty thing that is waiting for me. But I pull up and anticipate in anticipation. Bro, get that African usher Raven on my screen. Kamal Oz, appreciate you. Tio Tio is going on Dr. Phil and Phil Donahue sympathy tour. Bro, I'm so done with it. Come on right now, bro. Hey, come on. He said it looked like Keenan. Low down dirty, even like his brother Keenan scheming. Bro, come on. That man said Keenan everywhere. Ah! It is 7 o'clock on the dot. Cruising the street. I am in my drop top. Real pretty. Bro, somebody said that looked like Devin Haney. Hey, the nose kind of got it. Who said that? I hate my chat. Somebody said it looked like Devin. Bro, I hate my chat, bro. I got the funniest chat. Somebody said Devin Haney took me out. I don't know which one of y'all kicked me. Bro. Which one of y'all kicked me? I need to know who said that. All right. Which one of y'all kicked me? Bro, it was me. Bro, whoever said that, I can't say what I want to say, but they said Devin Haney. Oh my God, bro. Hey, Vlad said that. Vlad, hey, he got to be stopped, bro. He said an African Haney. Where is Tiger Johnson? We must find him and jump him. Bro, that's an African Haney. Bro, the African booty scratcher Haney looking for Tiger Johnson. Oh, Vlad, that was comical. You threw me off with that one. Oh my goodness. That man said African Haney. DHP. I rep DHP. Oaktown and DHP. So I give credit where credit's due. When Shakur was fighting Unfufu, I'm not giving you all that credit. Eddie, what have you done for me lately? No. But the Teofimo, that delivered. And for me, a lot of y'all hyped up the Zepeda fight. Bro, who is Zepeda though? See, this is why a lot of us differ in the sport of boxing, right? Y'all be hyping these dudes up and they get acclaim and star status and this mythical legendary status and they didn't do nothing. Bro, I'm Roger Mayweather with it. I'm the new Roger. Rest in peace to Roger. But I'm the new Roger Mayweather incarnate. Right? When he was like, we beat. He ain't beat no motherfucker. Okay. Bro, who he beat? Shakur was like pretty much neck and neck with Williams. Who he beat? Motherfucker ain't beat nobody. He ain't beat nobody, bro. But he can't whoop my nephew. Bro, that's how Roger Mayweather would say it. Who he beat, man? Ain't beat nobody. He can't whoop Floyd, little Floyd. He can't beat my nephew. Bro, who is Williams Zepeda like that? He was a guy coming off an injury. He already had ducked Shakur, so he really didn't want the smoke. Smoking on top 5. Smoking on that guy. Right? He didn't really want to smoke. Golden Boy probably didn't really want to smoke. And then he arguably lost 1 or 2 fights to Tevin Farmer, who later got destroyed by Floyd Schofield in 1 round. So it's like, where did this whole, like, Williams Zepeda is like Illa, where did that even come from? I'm so lost. I don't know. I never rated him like that. It was y'all. Y'all was the one, oh, but Zepeda. Like, I never thought Zepeda was it like that. So for me, it was entertaining. Shakur fought toe to toe, but I didn't like that performance from Shakur. He was getting touched up. He was getting touched up by someone he shouldn't be getting touched up with. Put it that way. Yeah, the same thing with Triple G. Hyped up Adama and Macklin. Yeah, bro. You know they was doing that for Golovkin. Yeah, no, yeah, man. Bro, they was definitely doing that for Golovkin and Loma. But we know why they was doing it for them. Yeah, no, guys, yeah, man, big drama, guys. We know why they was big drama and all that for them. But yeah, I never looked at Williams Zepeda as like the guy that beat Shakur ever. Listen, I don't think I've ever picked against Shakur. For real, for real. Do the Triple G Eminem song. Yeah, I sit back with this pack of zigzags in his bag of this wing against me. And most me, MC, on his ear, on his earth, and the breath and the cuts and bro, that's how Triple G would do it. That's how Golovkin would do it. I ain't never picked against Shakur. To be honest, I just thought about that. I ain't never picked against him. Yeah, I sit back with this bag of zigzags. Yeah, I ain't pick against Shakur. I didn't think Valdez was gonna beat him. I was right. Christopher Pitbull Diaz. I ain't picked none of these dudes. Kansasi Howell and Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard or whatever. I ain't picked none of them dudes to beat him. I never thought none of them dudes was capable of beating him. And I didn't pick Tio. I was 100% right. I said Shakur by decision. Surprise, it was Shakur by decision. Stop playing with me. I'm the GOAT. His pints and knife and tick, 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 knife. Yeah, so I keep getting my predictions right. What else you want from me? It really not even just predictions, my assessments. I get my assessments right. You gotta hit him, bro. Y'all tripping in here. Shakur was out here fighting Michael Blackson. Absolutely. So I give respect to the TO fight because you put it all in and put it all together. But I will say this. A lot of boxing fans are fraudulent. They don't know more than me. They not nicer than me. And a lot of you guys are prisoners of the moment. And I hate it. And I hate y'all for it. Like, for example, Gervonta Davis, right? Oh, why are you bringing up Tank? Because you ain't going to do nothing about it. How about that? Every time I talk about Tank, when I randomly bring it up because it pertains, people, they be like, why'd you bring up Tank? Because you ain't going to stop me. That's why. I know that for a fact. You're not going to stop me from talking about whatever I want to talk about. And then when I don't even be talking about Tank, y'all bring up Tank. Tank actually applies here. But anywho, prisoners of the moment. And then now Shakur would whoop everybody. Like, the game don't work like that. Credit to you beat who you beat. Teofimo. But now y'all doing too much because, again, prisoner of the moment. Tank, last fight was a draw. Jake Paul fight canceled. Legal issues. You know, this manhunt or whatever y'all was talking about, right? So, in Tank recent news, you know, he's not coming off a knockout. Fight got canceled. Legal trouble. So, people are using this as a catalyst to front on Gervonta Davis, right? Like Gervonta Davis is, passe or something. Like Paulie Malignaggi and these dudes. Believe that if you want. Chai Sun, we don't care. We don't know who you are. So we don't really care what you're talking about. Tank couldn't beat Roach. I thought he did beat Roach. So there's that. Second of all, Lamont Roach is not Shakur, vice versa. Lamont Roach took penitentiary chances and stayed in pocket with Tank and fought his fight. Right? So not you got this is how I know who don't know ish about boxing, because you guys act like fighters and styles are just one and the same. Like it's interchangeable. Like it's a Gerald Miller wig, a Gerald Miller toupee. You could just pick one off the shelf and plop it on your head. Boxing don't work like that. Like, for example, you could be like, oh, but Margarito beat Cotto, so Zab Judah's gonna beat him. Zab ain't got nothing to do with Margarito. Margarito 5'11", got a crazy chin in his prime. Zab Judah not 5'11" with Margarito's chin, so therefore it's gonna be a different fight. So yeah, all this extra stuff about he beat everybody. Like, what are we talking about? Like, kudos to Shakur. I'm not taking anything away from his performance, but you guys, a lot of you, do not live in reality. You live in la la land, right? Where you overrate people and then overappreciate people. Like, here's a good analogy for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. If you're like a diamond or like a gem collector, right? And you're at the top of your craft, you got to know the difference between a diamond and cubic zirconium. And then if you're you're like doing appraisals, you should try to estimate the value of the gemstone or whatever, pretty closely if you're really good at your job. A lot of boxing fans, because they're casual in nature, their appraisals be horrible, right? It'll be like a cubic zirconium, and then they'll overrate it like it's a diamond. That's what y'all do to fighters, right? Like, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but like William Zepeda, y'all act like he Oscar De La Hoya, but he never did Oscar De La Hoya stuff. He didn't have De La Hoya's amateur Olympic gold background. He didn't have De La Hoya's skill set. But then y'all just like, oh, Zepeda's coming for Shakur. Based on what? Like, what made you think that he was going to win? Right? And then even with Teo, I respect Shakur. I just told you it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite performance from Shakur. But you guys take what should be all complimentary, and because you start typing stupid stuff and get your appraisals wrong, you'll start bringing in other fighters and, oh, but Floyd Schofield and Abdullah Mason and Tank and Devin Haney, like, these are all separate, independent fights. Devin Haney don't fight like Teo. So you can't just surmise that the outcome is exactly the same. Tank, no, he got more power than Teo. I've been told y'all that. Listen to people who interview about Tank. They talking about he hit like a middle and super middleweight and stuff. Luis Cuba Arias. Go watch them bigger people Tank sparred. So off that alone, it shows me who knows boxing. Teo may as well been there by himself. His team couldn't even stop his cut from bleeding. That's a great point from Icy, a real boxer. I called that on my watch party in real time. Teo stood up. The bell was sounding, so he stood up out off the stool. And immediately as he stood up, blood started trickling down. He didn't get touched. He didn't get moved. And blood started trickling. Your team is terrible, bro. Your team is terrible. Cornering advice was pathetic. You got a cut, which it wasn't the worst cut I've seen. You're dealing with a muff that was at Badu Jack and Marcus Brown fight live, where Badu Jack had a slit. He had a slit in his head. And, bro, he looked like Red Skull from Captain America. I was at the fight. I was credentialed for that fight. It was on the Pacquiao-Broner undercard. That's how my memory works. In Vegas. So I seen Badu Jack with probably one of the nastiest cuts I've ever seen live. Right? Teo's cut really wasn't that bad for it to profusely be bleeding. Rest in peace to Rafael Garcia. That's a real cut, man. Because Floyd was leaky in the Maidana fight. And Maidana's a lot better and a lot more dangerous than Teofimo based on his style and his power. And in the first Maidana fight, Floyd got a cut. And rest in peace to my boy Rafael Garcia. He had patched up Floyd, and I don't think the cut ever came into play again. Teo stands up off his stool, and he bleeding. Rush hour. Wipe yourself off. You're bleeding. Bro, that Juntao. He had that Juntao. He had that Juntao blood on him. Stood up off the stool and wipe yourself off. You are bleeding. Wipe yourself off. You dead. That's what black people were saying after the Shakur fight ended. Wipe yourself off. You dead. He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. Bro, that's what we were saying. Listen, all the blacks from around the world was like, ding dong. Wipe his, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. So yeah, when Tio stood up, that's a great point from Icy. When Tio stood up and blood was leaking in the round that hadn't even started, you have an inept team, bro. I'm just being real. I'm not saying that you would have beat Shakur with any team, but your team could at least push you in the right direction or anchor you down. And Tio's team anchored him down, right? It might not have made a difference in terms of you getting the actual win. This was a breakdown. Tio got broken down. Bro, Shakur hit him with that bone and Mariah. Break down. Steady breaking me on down. Break down. Steady breaking me on down. Hit him with the breakdown. Yeah, Shakur looks sweet in here. Much respect. That to me, that was Shakur's like first grown man performance. Like for me, like grown man. What did Jay say? Grown man that put hands on you, lay out blueprint plans on you, re-rap Pat, let Sam Tap dance on you. Then I Sinatra shot you. God, I put the boy in the box like David Blaine. Let the audience watch. That was the first George Bush the button. Y'all wish I was front, not George Bush the button type of performance from me, from Shakur. He had some other good ones, but that to me, that was like grown man. He put it, he didn't get touched. He didn't fight foolish. He didn't make no mistakes. He looked like he looked closer to the fighters of yesteryear than any of his other performances. Because even when he fought Valdez, he said he got hit in the stomach or something. He said he got hit in the body and it hurt. And he was hurt from it. You didn't get tapped. So even Valdez got a little bit of a reaction at you. Tio ain't do nothing. Breaking T-Ho cries and apologizes, donning a dashiki, and announces a plan to take a tour to Africa for Black History Month in an interview with Oprah. Kamal is big trolling. Shout out to Kamal. What's up, pimp? This threats. I've been making threats since I was in kindergarten. Yeah. Bro, that threats is hilarious. Nigga, pull up my panel off and sweep. Bro, nigga, that's what, bro. That's what I should have said on the watch party for Shakur. Nigga, Shakur put a mop handle off and swapped. He swept him. Bro, that should have been my commentary. That threats. Cause that's what Shakur. Nigga, jab your face off and sweep. Shakur got busy. That was crazy. Top 3 J album. Yeah, I gotta put that up there. That don't got no skips for me. I could listen to that straight through. That and Blueprint. Straight through. I also like seeing a young fighter under 30 use a jab and stick to it. I don't know why fighters hate using the jab this new era. That jab will take you to the promised land. You use that stick, that jab, awimbawe, in the jungle. Bro, that's going to take you to the motherland, to the promised land. And then after the fight, Tio put his fist up like he was a brother, man. Listen, I said, awimbawe. That jab will take you to the promised land, the motherland. After the fight, Tio put his fist up like he was a brother, man. Bro, the man apologized for slavery. Get him out of here. That's how you know you're doing wrong. Gonna lock you up. That's how you know you're doing wrong. The fact that you felt you needed to apologize for slavery proves everything. Where that rat? Yeah. Where that rat? Where that rat? He was in front of you for 12 rounds, big dog. Why you ain't hit him, big dog? T.O. Pops couldn't even stop Junior's cut from bleeding. #trash. Yeah. Bro, Pull out that banana now, because you got your banana split. Donkey Kong. Don't come in my channel kicking and screaming, saying I'm wrong. Tio like to call black people monkeys. He got his banana split. I call it Donkey Kong. That's a bar. Bro, I said, don't come into my chat kicking and screaming, telling me I'm wrong. When Tio was talking about black people, calling them monkeys. Then he got his banana split. I call that Donkey Kong. Bars. Bro, you were talking all this watermelon, the monkey. Yeah. Well, Congo beat the out of you. Mighty Joe Young beat the out you. Bro, dumb monkey. Let the monkey, bro. This monkey was out here like Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Go! if that's what we doing. Bro, remember my boy Caesar in Planet of the Apes? And all the apes had to bow down and then extend their hand out. If you call this man a monkey and black people monkeys, that was that scene in Planet of the Apes. All the monkeys. and the monkey had to bow down to Caesar. Y'all remember that? All the monkeys were like, and he had to extend his hand, and Caesar just boom, boom, bro. He had to submit to Caesar. That's what Shakur did. You want to talk to his monkeys, bro? Ain't nobody playing these games. So you know you're doing wrong. You had to apologize for slavery. That would be like Shakur apologizing for ICE. Like, why would he apologize for ICE? He didn't had nothing to do with it. Bro, let the monkey get a piece. Let the monkeys get a piece if that's what we do it. The monkey was piecing you up, swinging for the tree, whatever you was talking about. This looked like Kane whooping yo the other night. Ain't nobody playing this monkeys. Tio out here like Remy in Higher Learning. Michael Rappaport. He's like, you ain't nothing but a white boy with a fucked up haircut. And he balled up his fist. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Higher Learning? Rest in peace, John Singleton. Where my boy Omar Epps was like, you ain't nothing but a white boy with a fucked up haircut. And then Remy pulled the switch out on him. You're nothing, man. You're a monkey. You're a monkey, Malik. You're nothing. And why you had to pull the switch out? Because he didn't want to see, bro, he ain't had no squabbles. Remy ain't had no squabbles. He had to pull the switchy out. You're nothing, man. You're nothing. You're a monkey. 1995, coon. Bro, y'all remember that? That Higher Learning? I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite parts of Higher Learning. When Remy was on the roof sniping ish, like bah, 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 and he clapped Tyra. If you ain't seen it by now, you tripping anyway. Anyway, Remy was on the roof, then he dumped it, then he was like running like down the stairs or whatever, and then Omar was running up the stairs and he rushed him. Bro, that is such a dope scene. Hey, Omar needed an Oscar for that. Let my boy Omar Epps shine. Let my boy Omar. Somebody said Busta Rhymes. Man, my knuckles all swollen. Bro, he said my knuckles swole. Bro, watch that scene again. Omar, he really rushed Remy. And bap! And started. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. The way he said die was classic. When he was choking him, he was like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, man. You gonna die. Oscar. Give that man an Oscar. The way he said die was too elite. Kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You gonna die. Classic. That looked like Shakur when Remy got caught in the stairwell. Bro, he meant that. I be knowing my movies. Y'all know that. But yeah, bro, ain't nobody have no sympathy for T.O. except for mostly race fans and probably content creators who got it wrong and picked T.O., people who bet on T.O. There ain't no sympathy over here. Live by the sword, period. So Shakur did his thing. He definitely got off on the boy. I enjoyed his performance. You know, as far as people, it was boring and stuff. We can't pay that no mind, bro. The haters gonna hate. What we saw was Shakur got off, used his tools. And what I did like about Shakur, see, this how you know that in boxing, the black fighter is under attack. Let me explain it. This is how you know they're under attack from old media. Because the black fighter don't even be running in a lot of these occurrences, but then the comments will be like, oh, he's a runner. He ran. That's how I know you're lying and these dudes be racist. Because you'll take a performance like that and still call the black fighter a runner. And the person, Shakur, was literally in front of him for probably the whole fight almost. And his defense was sweet. And then how you still get called a runner? So we know that the word runner to them is basically, you can switch that out. It's synonymous for the N-word. You a ninja. That's what they're saying. Because I could understand if it was a fight where somebody used a lot of foot speed, a lot of movement, right? And then somebody was like, oh, it was boring, he ran and all that. And another reason I know what I'm talking about is when it's a non-black fighter, peep this. When it's a non-black fighter and they actually run, these same people never call the person with the complexion for the protection a runner. Ninja, you be attacking them. Block him. Block really fee. He said, Ninja, you be attacking him. Bro, I never said Shakur was a runner. That's cap. Boo! Get him out of here. Anywho, when the fighter is a non-black fighter and actually runs, like Jake Paul. Remember when Jake Paul fought big old Anthony Joshua? It's mad. Meet with me. It's mad, man. Right? When he fought Anthony Joshua, he literally was like cutting turf, moving all around, not winning the rounds, backpedaling. None of these dudes called Jake Paul a runner. You remember that? Jermaine Ortiz versus T.O. Some people said they didn't like it, but they weren't like real hard on the runner talk. Remember when Canelo, I was at the fight, at the first Canelo Golovkin fight, where Canelo was on his bike because Triple G had that, hey, no guys for him. He had that, hey, no guys waiting for him. And Canelo was on his bike until he got tired. See, the only reason he didn't stay on his bike is because Canelo got tired, because Triple G had power and a very good presence. He would keep putting pressure on you. He would keep applying that pressure, so you're naturally going to fatigue anyway unless you're on PEDs. And then on top of that, Triple G had very good presence where he put that presence. I talked to Peter Quillen, shout out to my dude, Kid Chocolate. Back in the day, he interviewed and he sparred with Triple G. And that's one of the things he stuck out that he told me. He said Triple G had a crazy presence where you just felt that he was in the ring. Like you couldn't get, like the boogeyman, like Michael Myers, you couldn't get away and like get no breathing room. He'd just be like, be there. Jermaine Ortiz is Puerto Rican. He Puerto Rican, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it'd be like other people actually be running and not having a game plan, and they never get called a runner. And actually, in this Shakur fight, T.O. in the back half of it, there were rounds where he was backpedaling. So Shakur, the guy moving up, was actually driving the guy with more experience and the champion back. That's why you got to respect the art of boxing. You got to respect the sweet science, because the sweet science can have you moving up in weight, called pillow fisted, and then by the end of the fight, you're pushing your opponent back, and they don't got no, you know what I mean? They ain't got no motion. Breaking, T.O. names his newborn son Kunta Kinte. Pff, wow. That man said Kunta. King Kunta. King Kunta. Bro, he said names his son Kunta Kinte. Kamal out here tripping. Naming his son Kunta Kinte. I got a bone to pick. I don't want you in my throne again. I'm mad. But I ain't stressing. Where you and I was walking. Bro, shout out to Kendrick. Where you and I was walking. Now I run the gang, got the whole gang talking King Kunta. Everybody wanna cut the legs off of Kunta. Black man taking no losses. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. Kunta. King Kunta. At least Zepeda was somewhat in Shakur chest, putting pressure. T.O. couldn't even get in pocket. I knew in round 1 or 2 that T.O. had nothing for Shakur. And I was pretty much alluding to that on my watch party if you pay attention. His game plan was horrible. His dad provided no essential ways to change the ebb and flow. And T.O., you know, what this fight looked like to me, I got the perfect example. This fight to me was the first round of the Kambosos fight, but for 12 rounds. You see what I'm saying? So picture how T.O. fought Kambosos, and he did that for 12 rounds. Like round 1 of the Kambosos fight, but for 12 rounds versus Shakur. That's pretty much what the fight was. No adjustment, no self-belief, no turning it around. Everything was a no, bro. Just like in the Kambosos fight, he just jumping, leaping, flying in out of range. Bro, you're not gonna catch Shakur when you're like 5 feet back. You're not Roy Jones. You know what? T.O., that's what it is. T.O. is like, he like a great value Honduran Roy Jones. So not the real, because Roy is my favorite fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters. Not the real, but like a great value. Like, and let me put it like this. You know, when you go to the store, you go to Safeway or whatever, Publix, wherever stores you guys got, and they got Mountain Dew, right? They had like on the shelf, like Mountain Dew and maybe Sierra Mist back in the day, right? T.O. is where the soda, you could tell it looked like Mountain Dew, but the label looked much cheaper. Right? The label looked cheap, but it looked like Mountain Dew, and it got a different name. So you're like, oh man, get that Mountain Dew. And then you look right next to it, it said Cliff Piss. You're like, what the hell is Cliff Piss? Cliff Piss is the knockoff of Mountain Dew. Right? Or you got Dr. Pepper. It'd be a Dr. Pepper bottle, and then it'd be Dr. Skipper. Dr. Kevorkian or some soda that looked like the label to Dr. Pepper, but it really be a knockoff version that the store trying to make money. Dr. Skipper, Dr. Dre, Dr. Salt. Like, come on, bro. Get this fake Dr. Pepper. That's T.O. It's like a, or they do it with cereals too. Cliff Piss, absolutely. And please print that. Cereals be like that, dude. You know, like it'll be Toucan Sam, and Toucan Sam look healthy and good, and you know, Fruit Loops, motherfucker. It'd be like Fruity O-Rings, and the bird be a parakeet on crutches. I'm like, where Toucan Sam at? Who is this? Who is this pigeon? You got a pigeon on the cover. Y'all know them knockoff cereals. It can't be me. It can't just be me. Them knockoff cereals that look kind of like the real cereal. I seen a Frosted Flake knockoff. It was called like Icy Flakes. Shout out to my boy Icy. It was called something like that. Some fake Frosted Flake, and then Tony Tiger looked like he was in the methadone clinic He look all sucked up on Ozempic. Dr. Flipper. Yeah, all that. Bro, Tony Tiger be on Ozempic. Looking hurt. Pockets looking hurt. He ain't booked no jobs. He unemployed. He ain't booked no jobs in months. He got a 5 o'clock shadow. Like, where Tony the Tiger at? This is Cyrus the Tiger. We don't know him. Tyler the Tiger out this month. Bro, if you don't get this Bollywood Tiger Flakes, who is that? You see, bro, all they do is change. What? What is this? Bro, look, it ain't even a tiger no more. It's a polar bear. Look, they got the Frosted Flakes. They just changed the animal to a polar bear. Where Tony the Tiger at, bro? We don't know you for this. Bro, if they don't move this polar bear up out here, bro, they just gonna put a random polar bear up there. Icy would buy that cereal. He too cheap to buy the expensive kind. He gonna buy the knockoff. Somebody said it looked like Eric Sermon, the generic version. That is gonna be a lawsuit. Bro, I know Icy didn't just say Bobby the Bear. Y'all be tripping in my chat. Bobby the Bear, though, is crazy. Bro, this really is Bobby the Bear. Who the is this? Bro, they really got Bobby the Bear Frosted Flakes. I see a fool. That's hilarious. Bobby the Bear. Yeah, he look like Bobby Brown. He not doing well right now. Yeah, Teofimo, like that fake Roy Jones, it might work against like Richard Comey. That's not gonna work on Shakur. You got to really be Roy. You got to really like be him. And to prove my point, notice Teofimo, when boxing is a type of sport that'll humble you so crazy where you'll see a person's real character because Teofimo immediately dropped the whole entire act by the end of the fight. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I don't really respect that. I feel like if you want to be this villain, you want to be this showstopper, you want to be this showman, you got to be that to the death. You know, you got to be that through in and throughout. That's what I truly believe. I don't believe in halfway crooks. Like you wanted to be this infamous, like talking about black people or the showman and doing Fortnite dances and hitting a backflip. Even if you lose, I still want to see that character you was before. But one, Tio sounded like he was finna cry. Facts. He sounded like, and he was talking about, oh man, I don't know why, but God be punished me. And then he got on some kumbaya. I don't want to hear that. I can at least respect it when somebody was a villain and then like Antonio Margarito. Antonio Margarito fight with Cotto, his eye looked horrible and the fight got stopped, right? The fight got stopped and Antonio Margarito still gonna act. He was still like, he'll like flip off the crowd like, but like he was still mean. This new generation is soft, bro. I know not everybody. There's some people like Icy, they're good. But a lot of these people in this new generation, you come in the softened generation, bro. I'm here to tell y'all. Because like Ray Mercer was mean. Even fighters more recent, Terrence Crawford is mean. That's why he taunted Senior after. Because he's a competitor, he's spiteful, he's competitive, and he love who he love. So people got mad at Crawford. I'm not. Why would I be mad at Crawford? Tio keep talking crazy. Tio keep talking about black people. Tio kept saying he wanted to scrap with Bud. And then his homie just destroyed Tio in one of his best performances. Why would I be mad at Crawford for celebrating and taunting. You didn't care when Teo Senior was dancing and Teo was dancing, and when they was the ones with the gimmick before the fight. So how are you gonna get mad at the black fighters after the fight for being petty? And fair play, Shakur wasn't even petty. He was like, I thanked him for his time. Da 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 da. Shakur, as a man, he knew he had dethroned and whooped the man, so he didn't even take it there. He was just being respectful. I thanked him for his time and giving me the opportunity. Blah blah blah. But I'm not mad. Like I come from a different generation, bro. Don't start none, won't be none. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. T.O. and his dad, they wreaked havoc and like said certain things or did certain things. Shakur, you don't have no power. What you do? Like all this stuff. And then when it don't go your way, the true character come out. Be the same person. You was at the weigh-in like this. Zen master, with cupping marks on you and your back, and you're the stoic master and the master of Zen monk mode or whatever you were trying to do. So why would I want to hear you when you get whooped up by Shakur and all of a sudden you sound like you finna cry? You're no longer stoic. You said all this stuff about black people in the last few years, and then after it's like, hey, I never wanted nothing wrong with you guys, and I always wanted the best for you guys. I'm sorry for slavery. Who want to hear that now? You had ample time to correct your behavior, and you chose to go out how you go out. Here's a great example. Y'all know I'm a movie buff. If the movie is 2 hours long, and this character's been trying to kill Tom Cruise for 1 hour and 45 minutes in the movie, finally, Tom Cruise beats the character in the last 15 minutes of the movie, and compromise, shot the character, and the character ain't got no more outs, no more weapons or nothing. And then now you're like falling off a cliff, and now you want Tom Cruise to save you. Grab my hand, help pull me up. Bro, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Like Bishop and Juice, you was Bishop for most of the movie, popping everybody, still, Radamez, this scared. Like the whole movie you've been this way. And at the end, don't let me go, Q. No, you're finna fall off the roof. That's the generation I come from. You can't switch up in the last 15 minutes of a 2-hour movie. I'm sorry. We're not accepting that. You wanted to talk about black people. People warned you. People say, hey, come on, chill out. We don't know if you mean it, but it is distasteful at best. Chill. Chill out, Smokey. It ain't. And then now you're, don't let me go, Q. Sometimes you got to take a lose. You got to take a loss. No, we're not trying to hear these Instagram quotes and captions and stuff about sometimes you lose and only to bounce back higher. No, be the same person, bro. Ego, I know T.O.'s dad advice was god awful for secure, but it isn't common in some way, shape, or form in training camp to establish language. Bro, I'm not. What are you even talking about, bro? Why did you get my attention to say that? I'm not. You're trying to justify horrible cornering. Be gone. Oh man, it's the language and terminology, bro. The corner advice, there's no in between. It's either good or bad. It's either serviceable things you can implement that are corrective in nature, which T.O. needed a lot of because he was losing from round one on, right? Or continue to lose. So things that could at least help you get out the hole that you're in, or things that won't help you. And it was either all of his advice was either neutral or negative in terms of it wasn't going to fix the problem. Like not even close. And this is the problem with the boxing dad sometimes is the emotion. I get it. You want your son to win. You don't want to pull the plug. You almost could have pulled the plug on the fight, to be honest, because your son wasn't doing it. If he wasn't listening, like, why not have that hard conversation? Hey, you're not listening to me. I'm giving you great advice, which he wasn't, but I'm giving you great advice. I'm going to give you 1 or 2 more rounds. If you don't show me something, I'm throwing in the towel. You dig? It's very simple. That's how I like to hear corner talk. You show me that again, like Buddy McGirt, former fighter, real trainer, real fighter, real trainer. Kovalev was getting crushed up by Anthony Yard, almost got knocked out. His trainer at the time, Buddy McGirt, said, listen, if I see another round like that, I'm stopping this fight. But these boxing fathers are emotional and vicariously living through their sons, Bill Haney, Teofimo. So their pride and ego, no pun intended, won't allow them to end the fight when their sons aren't performing and when their sons are getting bashed up and hurt and getting embarrassed. So you end up making it worse by extending the punishment, extending the embarrassment, right? It's like you pull the dagger out slowly or you just get it over with. You know what I mean? Or if you really like option B, I'm like ChatGPT. I'm gonna give you a couple different alternate ways out. Or what you could do if you're absolutely hell bent, like, hey, I can't put that TKO on my son's record off of this fight. What you can do is tell him some things that put some pep in his step. Like, if I see another round like that, I'm canceling the fight. And then maybe you could wake your dog up or wake the dog up in him. And if he's flat, then he deserves to have the fight canceled. So you at least gave him his own like key to his own destiny, right? If you say, I'm gonna give you a round or two. If they're not looking better and you just keep losing and getting cut up more and like almost dropped in one of the rounds late, then I'm stopping the fight. That's fair too. So I don't like premature stoppages or like mercy stoppages. But if your fighter's not performing, you have to either what I just said, learn how to communicate what they need to do. And if they're not making any attempt, they might have a concussion or something in which you would pull the plug. You see what I'm saying? Like if your fighter's not responding, they might be like so mentally gone and checked out. They might have a concussion or brain issues. So you have to make the decision for them. But these boxing dads, they want to live through their son a lot of times. So they never going to let it be that. They want their son to fight with a broken bicep or a torn bicep, concussion. They don't care. They just like, no, we can't end it because it would be embarrassing for me in the corner and all that. So you can't think like that in boxing because this could be a matter of like permanent damage, could be fatal, all that type of stuff. So you got to think of the fighter always. And that's what I believe in. So Teo Senior would have to either tell your son what to do that would actually maybe slow Shakur down or maybe have him win a round, or you have to consider like maybe even stopping it. If you can't get everything we did in camp, you're not doing. Everything we discussed, you're looking totally different. I mean, what else are you going to do? You just want to watch your son get beat up for 12 rounds against a master boxer? I mean, I guess. But I don't see what that does with the fighter long term. And then when the fighter, now you have them mentally, physically, and spiritually broken when they could have just been the mental pain and a little bit of physical pain because you stopped the fight in round 7. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in it's a fine line, but I don't think you need to extend something longer than it needs to be. Some fights, it's a mismatch almost. You know what I mean? And you got to determine what it should be. Nobody wants a stoppage loss. I get it. Nobody want that, but I mean, you got to do something about it or like wake your fighter up or just watch him get cooked and then not tell him anything and then do interviews after and throw him under the bus and blame him. This is why I told you from jump, I'm not picking Teofimo over Shakur. I told you consistency. Teo had always shown me this. That's why some of you guys are even blowing this up like this was like an upset or like it's shocking. Teo has skills, yes. He has good style. He's a good fighter. I'm not taking that away from him. But in boxing, physical is one thing. Mental is much more. Give me a fighter with minimal respectable power like Shakur and Floyd, and really Floyd at the higher divisions where everyone was bigger, not Lil Floyd and Pretty Boy, right? Give me that over a mentally weak guy with power like Victor Ortiz. Teo is Victor Ortiz 2.0. Yeah, I said it. Prince Nassim Ahmed 2.0. A lot of pizzazz, a lot of flash, good style, can beat a lot of styles. But up against a Marco Antonio Barrera, you got chopped up surgically with good old-fashioned boxing. Right? Victor Ortiz. You trying to kiss on Floyd. He's not for that. You already apologized. You headbutted him for no reason. Let's get it on. That's why you got knocked out with a 2-piece. Victor Ortiz status. Mentally checked out. He was competitive with Maidana. Victor Ortiz is all at the prime. Southpaw. He was pretty big for the weight class. Power, speed, explosive. Same thing like Tio. But if that mental ain't, bro, that's why y'all got to give it up. Y'all be hating on these black fighters, but give it up. These black fighters be tough. These black fighters be tough and then don't get credit for being tough. Black people in general are tough. Look at what black people have endured throughout U.S. history or world history for that. Look at the resilience black people show to deal with this and still have to get through it and bounce back from it. You know what I mean? And then y'all just like surmise it as, oh, these blacks are running and all that. Like, look at Devin Haney even, right? For Devin Haney, the man got chopped up by Ryan, who popped dirty and had to listen to the whole internet roast him, a million memes about him, and then came back to win his next 2 fights, especially an important championship fight with Brian Norman. Tio didn't even have no performance quite like Devin getting cooked by Ryan, and then he can't mentally win George Kambosos fight. You can't convincingly beat Sandor Martin. Can't convincingly beat Jermaine Ortiz. You got slaughtered by Shakur. Mental, I'm telling you, that mental go a long way. And that's why I don't believe in gimmicks. I don't believe in like boxing ego. I'm not a gimmick. What you see is what you get. If you talk to me in person, I'm a real person. I'm a real man. I don't care about boxing. I mean, I care about it, but I don't care more than my manhood. So I'll never let like all these little comments y'all be leaving in this stuff. That's cool. Keep it on the internet. Keep it on that internet. You know what I mean? That's some internet stuff. Oh, ego, you all right? Bet. Tell me that when you see me. And I don't play no tough guy act or whatever and do all that. But yeah, I don't believe in gimmicks and like the fake showman. And then the moment it goes wrong with it, all that showman stuff is out. That's how you know who's like really real and like really got it like that. Like, because when it's not working, all that showman stuff, like Tio was dancing numerous times in the buildup. Where was the dance moves when Shakur was cooking you though? If you're a real showman, it don't matter who you in there with, you doing the same type of stuff. Floyd Mayweather, he do the same. He was talking trash to Berto. Berto was fast. Andre Berto is explosive and powerful, right? He was talking trash to Berto, talking in a mid-fight. You could get bowed. You could get caught with something talking. He was talking to Shane Mosley. He was like, shut up and fight. Shut up, Shane. Shut up and fight, bro. Doing the same stuff. So the same stuff you see in the doghouse, you seen Floyd implement in real time. Tio, he does jump rope and doing all the jump rope and the training and crisscrossing and all that, and then dancing and J. Cole music and hitting the Dougie. You doing all that, and then at the weigh in, like, Jabberwocky, you doing all that. But then when you get in a fight with Shakur, all that stuff was deceased. All that stuff was dead. You feel me? Shout out to the Haitians too. Berto is strong.
doing in the world. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna play the high road because at the end of the day, you just too ignorant to understand what's going on. Just because I make shit easy, that's when it's boring. It becomes boring because I'm in there hitting the guy and the guy ain't getting nothing back.
Yeah.
And that's not entertaining. It's like, okay, you hitting this guy, he didn't fall, he's not hurt, but he's not hitting you back. Now it's like, oh shit.
Right.
This
You're
is
right.
too easy.
Not competitive enough.
Too easy.
Yeah. Do you think that this happens? Because you've been saying that, but like, if you fighting other elite fighters, it's gonna look like this in your mind?
Yes. There's nobody that can deal with my brain as a boxer. I sit here, I live this shit on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Only way that you're gonna be able to like, be able to try to compete with me on that level is if you live the way I live. And nobody is disciplined and dedicated enough to live the way I live with this game.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm not worried about it no more. Like, I don't care. I can say this
Yeah.
shit on camera
because
that's what it really is.
Right. All right. What do you think about the jab though? Because you made it a point. Me and you actually spoke. This is maybe a month or two ago. This was a minute ago, and you told me, you said, watch what my jab do in this fight. Watch how my jab work in this fight. And I was like, all right, cool. But statistically, they said this was the most jabs you ever threw, this most jabs you ever landed, and he couldn't do nothing with the jab. Can you just explain, give us your breakdown of how you were operating with the jab in this fight?
Honestly, I worked on it this camp, and I kind of seen that he wasn't able to stop certain guys' jabs. But certain guys don't jab enough when they're in front of him. And for me, I really just wanted to make my jab a weapon. So the entire training camp, I just kind of like rehearsed on weaponizing my jab over and over and over. And come fight night, that shit just came natural. Like, it just was like, okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. Even as the fight, like, it was certain spots where, like, he's defending the other side well, but I'm like, okay, we're going to go back to the bread and butter.
Yeah.
He can't stop the bread and butter, so we're going to keep using it all night.
What was Pop-Pop telling you in the corner? Because I didn't get a chance to hear the corner stuff. I feel like I always liked the dynamic you and your grandfather. He's very aggressive when he talks and how his game plans. What was he saying to you?
Nah, he just kept telling me, keep doing what I'm doing. He was enjoying the fight. He wanted me to watch out for little things because he seen, like I seen, that Tio was trying to catch me with something to, like, try to knock me out. That was his main thing. Even if you listen to him after the post-fight, he's like, oh, I was too focused on one thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that what the one thing was. The one thing was him trying to knock me out. And he was looking for it. But my grandfather kept putting it on my brain, like, okay, but still watch out for...
Right.
Even at the round two, they kind of told me, like, because I came back to the corner smiling. I'm like, oh, my God.
You knew at that point? Hold on, you knew at that point, round two, did you know, like, all right, I got him, it's over?
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah?
I promise. I kind of knew it. I ain't going to lie to you. I knew it at the press conference.
Hold up, because you remember what I told you, though. I knew it at the weigh-in, but hold on. Tell me yours, though, and I'm going to tell you mine. What was it that you saw at the press conference that makes you feel like that?
I ain't going to say I scared them, but if you go remember, right, I was talking to him on stage, and everybody was like, oh, he's getting to me, and I'm emotional and all of that kind of stuff. But I was talking to him, and I told him, like, yo, I should beat your ass right here. And when
when y'all was face-to-face?
Face-to-face. I'm on stage. I said, I should beat your ass right now, but I want my money. I'm not going to fuck my check up.
Yeah.
And when I told him that, me and him did a little face-off. We stared each other down. And then right after that, he did an interview. And they asked him, was like, yo, what did you see in his eyes? And he said, he's evil.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I did see that. I did see that.
When he said he's evil, I'm like, oh, I got this nigga. I know I got
that.
it.
No, you're right.
That let
I
me
remember
know
that
right
one.
then and
Right
there,
there.
like, and it ain't no evil shit going on. It's just,
Yeah.
I was so locked in, I'm dialed in, like, he seen my brain.
Yeah.
To where it's like, yeah, like, he know what I'm on.
Right. All right, so mine, I'm going to tell you, and I think I told you off camera, but when when I saw you do this, I said, okay, I know the fight's over. He gets off the weigh-in. Y'all weighing in. He gets off. He taking his time, though. Purposely. You can see him. He putting his shoes on slow, checking this a couple of times. Like, he's not even doing nothing, just letting you know this is my show and you're going to wait on me.
Yep.
That's what he doing. Then he walked to the side of the stage, start, doing what he doing. He didn't. So usually, 99% of the time, everybody waits until the person gets in his mind games. I see Floyd do that a lot. Floyd would make you wait, you know, his entrance, whatever. He just make you wait to get in your mind. You ain't do the face off there. You just got over and walked to him.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, nah,
That's how the fight gonna be.
He's gonna do this, and you're not gonna accept it, and you're gonna do that. And I said, that let me know that the fight was a wrap right there, for real.
But it's crazy though you saying this, right? Because there's another prediction I made that night that came true. I'm in the locker room. I'm in the back, I'm warming up and shit. I'm like, I tell my grandfather, I'm like, yo, when I get out there, after we get to the ring, he's gonna make me wait. He's gonna make me wait in that ring.
That was a long ass entrance. He had that entrance.
I knew. I swear to God, I knew.
Yeah.
I get in the ring, but I'm mentally already prepared for it now. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just gotta wait in the ring. Just stay ready. Don't get frustrated with the weight or nothing like that. Took a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like everything I'm calling, it's just happening like how it's supposed to happen. And that was another thing. I'm like, if my predictions is this right,
Yeah.
ding, 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 the round start, all my predictions is coming true.
Right. So after like we here, right? Like you're the guy now.
Yeah.
You're the guy. This is four divisions.
Yeah.
The pound for pound conversation is always gonna happen. It's always gonna be a thing. But while you're here, when we gone, when we not on this earth, they still gonna argue pound for pound. Right now, I made a tweet today. A lot of people agreed. A lot of people disagreed. But I said initially the winner of this fight is a top 5 pound for pound. But I think with that performance, it's top 3. I think to dominate him in that fashion, to me, is now in the top 3. Do you care about the pound for pound thing? Like, is that something like, I want y'all to know and recognize me as number 1, or you don't care at all?
Nah, I don't care no more.
Nah?
Nah, I don't care no more. At the end of the day, it's a political type of thing. Like, it's politics within this. Like, if this person likes this other person, they put the guys higher. For me personally, to go beat Teo the way that I did, with Teo being a 28-year-old fighter in his prime, he just dominated against a guy like Arnold Barboza, made him look like fool. And then I make him look even worse than Arnold Barboza looked against him.
That's true.
For me, I'm up there. Like you say, top 3, that's for me.
Yeah.
But like, I always know it's like a list that can be just played with. Like, guys could say anybody at this given point, but my numbers are doing great. I done proven I'm one of the best fighters on the planet of Earth. And if we're talking about boxing, because when you look up the art of boxing, it is hit and don't get hit.
Facts.
I am number 1, to me, the best fighter on the planet. The only other fighter that I see in boxing right now, that I'm like, okay, he probably can be
on the level?
Usyk.
Yeah.
Usyk. And that's at the art of hitting and don't get hit at the same time. Boxing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Listen, obviously, you know, we've had our in-the-way discussion already on camera, you know what I'm saying? But
like, come on now. And like, come on now, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, you be kind like, I don't like how you be sitting on in-the-way though.
Yo, in-the-way is a hell of a fighter.
Thing you did.
I didn't mean it.
You put him in the good bracket. I said, nah, come on.
I didn't mean for it to be that way. I didn't mean it for. He was just like first. I didn't know all the names that was gonna be coming.
All right.
But if I could do it over again, I would have put him in great.
All right, that's good to know. Because when I saw that, I said, nah, come on, this guy's crazy.
Like, I'm not going to disrespect him. He's at a lower weight class, so he's doing great things.
Yeah.
But like, to me, I'm a better fighter than him. Like, I am harder to beat than anyway.
I agree with that. I just think it's more now. It's a resume and accolades thing. But if I'm just talking about straight skills, yes, I think you are better than.
And that's how I feel.
Skills. Yeah. Okay. So as far as the accolades, I mean, are those things important to you, like lineal titles and unifying, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's hard for me to make it important because I done seen Bud go undisputed. And like, yo, to this day, people don't get, and you one of the guys who I go back and forth with.
Yeah.
He don't get his credit that he deserves as being one of the greatest fighters of all time. And why? Because, his resume, bro, his last 3 fights made up for any resume that y'all even talking about that I still disagree with.
I mean, that's the political part. Like you said, there's politics.
Hold on now. Let's talk about it. Terrence Crawford, before he fought Canelo and and Errol Spence, even though he was fighting champions, who was on Terrence Crawford's resume? Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a beam. And that's not Terrence Crawford's fault. That's because of his promoter. He wasn't promoted enough. How are you undefeated compared to Floyd Mayweather and you don't have no huge endorsements? That's your promoter. So prior to Terrence Crawford fighting Errol Spence Jr., he wasn't getting enough recognition. Errol Spence Jr. really exposed the talent that Terrence Crawford possessed. He always had it, but he needed a fighter to stand in front of him to bring the best out of Terrence Crawford. Now, you could say when he fought Amir Khan, but that was a washed-up Amir Khan when Terrence Crawford fought Amir Khan. You also could say the coming out party for Terrence Crawford was against Sean Porter when he made Sean Porter quit on his stool, pretty much. His father, talking about throw the damn towel, made Sean Porter quit. That's crazy work. Now, Sean Porter is a very tough fighter. So to have somebody as caliber as Porter quitting, some crazy work. But can we really give him that credit for fighting Porter? Because he was fighting sloppy seconds, Sean Porter. Sean Porter fought Errol Spence first and broke him down. Also, when he fought a broken down Kell Brook, can we give Terrence Crawford credit for that? Can we give Terrence Crawford credit for fighting a broken down Kell Brook? He was sniffing that cocaine. I'm in love with the coco. His eye socket was already broken from Errol Spence / Triple G. So Terrence Crawford fought a broken down Kell Brook. So who really did Terrence Crawford really fight to bring the best out of Crawford? It was Errol Spence. And then, of course, Canelo Alvarez. Moving up in weight to fight Canelo. Jamar Charlo, the one with the E, I believe, because the one with the A, he was taking out the tampons out of his backside. Pause. He allowed his brothers to fight the one with the E, Jamar Charlo, moved up in weight class, and Jamar Charlo was dancing all over the ring. He was running. He's a runner. He's a track star. But Shakur Stevenson, he moves up in weight class to fight Teofimo Lopez, and he was standing in the pocket, going blow for blow, brick for brick with Teofimo. As a matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez, he was ducking the smoke.
That have come into play with Bud's resume. It's
So
not
do
like
I
on
care
him.
about the belts? Why would I care about the belts? Is that's how like
Yeah,
they
that's a good
treat
point.
fighters that care about the belts.
Well, I'm just saying is I guess Bud started to get more at the latter end, but I'm like, you still at 35 too. Well, or you still have a title at 35.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you go back to 35 and take on, Moritai just beat Andy Cruz? You know what I'm saying? Do you take on one of those?
If it's a lucrative fight, I
Yeah.
would love the Muay fight because I would beat him so easy.
Easy?
Oh my, easy.
Cool. You seen what he did to Andy Cruz though? I know you watched that fight. I know you seen that fight.
Can I be honest with you?
Come on, because Andy Cruz nice. We both
Andy
agree.
Cruz is
Andy
nice.
Cruz is
He's
nice.
the truth.
And he lost to Moritai.
He don't have the experience.
Yeah, on the pro level. Yeah. Okay.
Like he's a great amateur, but like that's a 12-round fight. He went against a great pro. I think what's the guy named Muay? He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, but he used size and all he did was really control the center of the ring. If we being honest.
That Moritai did.
Yeah, that's all he really did.
He worked the body too, them good body shots.
But like that was a close fight.
It was a close fight, very close fight.
Exactly.
Very close fight.
But Andy is really an amateur still.
Mm.
Hell of a fighter, but he's not a 12-round fighter.
Yeah.
Like that was like different for him, being in that situation against a guy that's bigger than him, stronger than him. He really just didn't know what to do. But Moritai is a good fighter. I'm not taking none away from him.
But you would like that fight? That's
Easy.
work?
But the problem is how lucrative is a fight. Now
Yeah.
it comes down to the business.
Yeah.
How much money are y'all going to pay me for this fight? I just fought against Teofimo Lopez in one of the biggest fights in Madison Square Garden.
Great. The biggest fight for the new Madison Square Garden. They said that's the most numbers as for the
So-
new Madison Square Garden.
When we go to Moritai, it's like how lucrative is the fight?
That makes sense. I mean, a lucrative fight. You and Conor Ben, you called them out straight off the rip. Conor Ben, what's up, boy?
But then I hear he started talking about he don't want to do the rehydration clause. But how you don't want to do the rehydration clause when you just got in the ring with Chris Eubank and he was half dead in the ring?
Yeah, definitely the second one. The first one I felt like, I don't know.
Bro, he was half
the first
dead,
one felt
bro.
a little like, you know what I'm saying?
If the man half dead in there and Conor Ben is taking advantage of the guy,
Yeah.
what is the problem with jumping in the ring with me the same way?
But would you, all right, if it's no rehydration, no fight?
No. What am I fighting for? Why am I going to? I'm not a 147 pounder. I don't plan on going to 147.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like everybody want to keep making this.
Yeah,
like,
that's
this
what we do.
147 thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, oh, he's better than everybody at one.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Alright, we're just waiting for the Spanish-speaking officer.
No, I'm
You're
gonna
wearing
call
a jacket.
911. I need to call 911 on the speaker on my phone.
We are the police. You do not need to go
Then
back to your car.
why am I looking like this?
I don't know why you're
I need
shaking
to go to the ambulance if you're not gonna take care of me.
I be trying to laugh with the
This
bros.
has never happened to me. I'm gonna call
You're
the
not going back to your
ambulance.
car.
Call the ambulance. Please, I'm
not in an
asking you
ambulance right now.
to call the ambulance. I'm freaking out.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Did you take anything other than
No, I have never taken anything other than alcohol.
40. Nobody could beat him, so now we gotta test him out at 147.
That's how it
Because he
go.
that good.
Yeah, but you know that though. That's the.
But tell me I'm that good then. Tell me I'm that good then.
Yeah.
If that's how y'all feel,
Yeah.
tell me. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I like that. I will say yes, you are that good. And when people are that good, we want to see a resistance fight. That's all we saying, and that's what I thought Tio was gonna get, and we ain't get that.
Damn. Damn, y'all.
We
Y'all.
gotta find another.
I feel bad for y'all. Because y'all gonna be waiting for the rest of my career. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, oh, shit, we want to see some. It ain't gonna happen. The most y'all gonna ever get is a Zapata. That was y'all best hope and chance at getting
Zapata?
resistance. Yes.
Nah, not at 35.
Oh, my God.
The guy at 35, he's not even in the conversation no more. So that's
His style, bro. Styles make fights. The style
Yes.
that will give me the most resistance will be the guy who throws 1,000,000 punches around and don't stop punching.
yeah.
Not nobody that's going to even like throw any less punches than that.
So it got to be that type, like how Madonna was for Floyd, like that type of style.
No, he just was rugged and rough.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
not
could
gonna
work.
do it.
Nah, you'll do
That's
that.
no. I'm strong. You know,
You
like
are strong. No,
I don't know.
that's
Like
true.
I think
No, you
that's the part
strong.
that they missing. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you strong
strong.
inside.
Like, I'm
That's a fact.
physically I could throw people around too.
There was parts in the Tio fight where y'all did get inside,
And
you
he's
was
yeah.
I
You
can see
little.
that. Yeah.
Come on, I'm big. Yeah.
In New York. He's fighting on the 31st of January. He's fighting Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. Welcome.
Yes.
Hey,
Yo.
morning.
And put an upset.
You know, you mentioned the fight against Zapata. Were you surprised how Shakur has gotten criticized for moving and being a boxer that isn't that aggressive? Which, I mean, he's been successful at it. But on the Zapata fight, he showed the world that he could fight in the pocket. Like Zapata throws 1,000 punches a fight. Were you surprised, or do you expect that Shakur can fight that type of fight as well?
I mean, I look at it like I know we mentioned it, we talked about it. I'd say that it was the people get to him. People get to Shakur quite easily. So I feel like
Stop the cap. You're the same guy that was crying. Your father was talking about you're mentally weak, and you're talking about people get to you?
Charlie Parsons for the stomping ground.
cards that were at hand. The dealer, I was gambling and the dealer didn't play my cards right. That's all.
Talk to me about the fight itself. Just what was it like in there? How come you didn't really feel like you could get into the rhythm as such? I mean, just your perspective on it.
Yeah, I think I was just honestly too focused on one particular objective, one particular thing, than really enjoying what I could see opening. I was catching him a lot with the body shots a lot, so I think that was one of my effective arsenals that was getting him every time. But I think just more combinations, especially finish with left hooks and stuff. I did poorly on not listening to my team. That's on me. Take it on the chin. My team did a phenomenal job. They had great guidelines. They had great instructions. I just didn't listen tonight.
I suppose now, obviously, you wouldn't have had a chance to watch it back or think about it back, but was there anything that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson in there?
No, nothing. Honestly, I knew about his jab. I honestly, I took myself out of the, I'd say just the distance. I was playing it too much to his game. That's all. Yeah.
The atmosphere in there, special.
Yeah.
I know it kind of doesn't matter too much now, but like I say, that.
Oh no, it does matter. What you mean? This is Madison Square Garden. This is the home of the Knicks. This is home of the Rangers, New York Rangers. This is the home of many people, many historical people, including Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and so on and so forth. So to be here, to do that, to be in this moment, whether you win or lose. I mean, Joe Frazier dropped Muhammad Ali here, in front of the whole world, in front of everybody at the Garden. So it happens.
Well, you mentioned that you're in the New York Knicks locker room here. Teofimo Lopez, who grew up in New York, to even be in this position here, you'd be incredibly proud of yourself, right?
Yeah, this is an accomplishment within itself. Where do we take it now? We'll see. Right now, I think for me, it's more so of healing this cut and just getting back to the drawing boards. See where we go. See if I move up. See what we do next.
Do you give yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
You've got to appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it. That's why.
Oh, sure.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag to that. So one day I'll get, maybe one day, but
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Not yet.
We appreciate you, though.
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last fight.
Guys, always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go.
Whatever the people want is what they're gonna try to get with Shakur.
Oh, so you say he fought like that to please the people, to prove to the people that he can do it?
Yeah. He didn't need to.
Yeah, because you can't tell if Shakur don't want you to touch him, you're not gonna touch him.
Yeah.
His
Well,
defense
we'll
is that immaculate.
We'll see.
You just said though. You said that you ready to pull an upset. So you acknowledging that Shakur is the better fighter?
Never.
No.
You just said that. You said the upset.
Well, no, he said the odds are probably has him ahead.
No, yeah, it's just the odds.
These guys appreciate you too.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just never got my fair share. I never did.
Cry me a river. But you said that Shakur is weak-minded, but you crying talking about you never had your first shake. Stop the cap.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why'd you say that?
Huh?
Why?
I be trying to laugh with the
biased
bros.
part of what I'm seeing in we define the odds. We're against all odds. And to DraftKings and to all the betting odds out there, make sure you keep the odds in highly favored in Shakur. I got a lot of people that are starving, and they need to make their money. So,
anybody that put their money on Teofimo Lopez, my condolences. That was a nasty L. From start to finish, you witnessed your favorite fighter get dog walk in all four corners of the boxing ring. Not only did he get cooked the whole 12 rounds, but he got his draws pulled down to the floor and bent over in the middle of the ring. Pause. Shakur Stevenson, prior to this fight, he was known, well, at least the casuals thought he was a runner. He's a track star. But Shakur stood in the middle of the pocket, not ducking the smoke, but facing it head on, making Teofimo leak like he was from a scene from the movie Carrie.
not once, man.
That's the way you look at it.
Not once. But hey, that's just my journey. I guess I just never took on Baphomet, so I just got to keep it moving.
Oh,
right
got you,
now.
got you,
Yeah,
got
the
you, got
odds
you,
I
got
think
you.
is like 3-1 right now.
Okay.
So that's all.
All right.
I'm kind of used to being in that position. So I'm just here to reclaim them and redefend them.
So with that upset, like, what do you plan to like exploit about Shakur in the ring?
That is, defense is not as impeccable as people mention it.
Nah,
to
it's
be.
impeccable. It's pretty elite. Come on, Teofimo. It's pretty elite.
No. Well, that's what I say. Like,
what is his weakness though, if there's one?
his mind. Once you penetrate the mind, that's it. It's game. This is
And your mind definitely got penetrated, Teofimo. You talking about you worried about what the naysayers and the critics have to say. So you are self-projecting. You talking about the mind is the weakest link. Well, yeah, you expose yourself, my guy. Let's go to what his father had to say about his psyche.
Lopez, Senior, Teofimo, first of all, commiserations. Not the way you wanted the night to go. Can you talk me through the fight?
No. Everything was fine. The sparring sessions were like what motivated me to this fight.
Everything was not fine. Your son only landed 15% of punches. He threw 468 punches and only landed 72. 15%. If you have 15% of anything, 15% in battery, 15% recharge, reboot, reload, re-up. 15%. I can't think of anything of 15% is a good thing. And you want to talk about your son, everything is fine. Teofimo, you are a generational talent, 2-time champion. To go out like this is crazy work. You're only 28 years old. It's not like you're an old man. You're only 28. You're going to have to get a new voice in your corner besides your father.
I was 100% sure we was gonna win. For some reason, the game plan, my son didn't do what I told him he was supposed to do. His rhythm was supposed to be different, where we were supposed to stop Shakur from doing whatever Shakur does best. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to him for winning. You know what I'm saying? But that was not my son in there. I think probably the networks and everybody, the media, everything leading up to this fight, everybody already talking that already about Shakur fighting in May, where the winner was supposed to go and fight in May, against whoever it was. So I think that probably got to him, you know what I'm saying? People talking about me being drunk, all that stuff, when he went to the press conference and I wasn't there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like excuses to me.
I didn't show up because I was resting, and I think all that affected him in this fight. Like a lot of people say, my son is like mentally like easy to mess with, and how you gonna fight a fight when everybody wants you to lose? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that.
This has always been since forever. And if your mind ain't strong in this, it's never going to accomplish anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why boxing to this day is the toughest sport in the world. You can't take away from that. And it starts with the mind. That's why.
Now y'all both fighting in the garden. You're fighting in the garden. What does that mean to you? You from Brooklyn, him from Jersey. What does that mean to you?
Now, yeah, brick city and concrete jungle.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you gotta look at it. It's a blessing. I mean,
Shut your bitch
for me,
ass up!
Sure. Ain't no friends in boxing, man. This is what I'm trying to attest to right here, man. So, honestly, nevertheless, man, I see it as, look, when they presented the fight with Devin and all that, a lot of things had came in my way, but it all happened in perfect alignment. Devin didn't have no motion. As I was saying earlier, Shakur has motion. He did his thing. He looked outstanding against William Cepeda at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. And this is what you guys need. This is what boxing needs. This is why we're here. We're here to take over. Now we got this lightweight coming up to super.
Your name is the Takeover, but you got bent over in the middle of the ring for all 12 rounds.
Lightweight to come over here and dethrone the champ. And this is why this is the fight, and this is why this fight is happening early 2026.
You did say, as I mentioned, Shakur, that you believe he's.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Yo, somebody should have saw that contract and throw it in the trash. Why did he sign? He signed that contract because Jay Prince was whining and dining him. If you don't know who Jay Prince is, when you go to Houston, you're gonna have to check in with Jay Prince. Sometimes money is not everything. I understand money does a lot. I mean, of course, but man, from what expense? He got exposed. Jaws pulled down and everything. Pause. Whoa.
He's in for a rude awakening at this new weight class. You've been at 140 for a couple of years now. What do you think you're going to present to him on fight night?
All of the things that I learned at junior welterweight / super lightweight, everything that I learned has brought me to this moment here now. Every fighter that I faced in this beautiful weight class.
Time is going to be, you know, we're going to go in there and deal with T.O. I hope your daddy feel better. I want him to be there because I want him to witness his ass whooping you're gonna get, and it just wouldn't be right to not have your whole team there with you. So we're excited about this, man.
That ain't what you said when you was giving me wine and champagne at your house.
Yeah, well, I had to get you drunk.
Watching his fight.
I had to get you drunk to trick you.
And saying that if you had me and Shakur, that would be like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, well, neither one of them are here, but we're here.
Like, I know Pimp, though. Don't worry, Pimp.
I had to trick you. Hey, Tio, I had to trick you in this position right now.
I know pimping ain't easy, so hey, shout out to H-Town. You heard?
Yeah, H, that's real. That's real. It's Pimp C. But I had to trick you in this position to get this ass whooping. Don't take this personal, man, because you look real good dressing up as a model. So, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a model agency action after this here. So don't take this personal as business.
James.
I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
My condolences to the slavery that ever happened to you guys mentally. This man got beat so bad, ladies and gentlemen, he started apologizing for slavery. What does slavery have to do with the ass beating that you received?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
About his jab, I honestly, I took myself out of the, I say just the distance. I was playing it too much.
Yes. I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight. Everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there. His power was not there. I was in shock, man. And I think this a lot of this has to do with everybody not wanting him to win. You know what I'm saying? There was not one person talking good about him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that has to stop. That has to stop, you know. And in this planet, this world, that's why we have this sport. The best man has to win, you know. And nobody knows who's winning unless, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. As we said, 28 years of age, 4-division world champion. And that was a phenomenal performance tonight, Shakur. Well done.
Appreciate you, Eddie.
Firstly, before we open the floor to you guys, just a few words from yourself on the fight and a historic moment.
All glory to God. It was an amazing night. I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape. And T.O., he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight.
Guys, just raise your hands, please, and the microphone will be brought to you. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Great performance, obviously. Did you feel at some point that you demoralized him and he was just kind of trying to get to the finish line?
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But, yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he.
I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
Who's on your list? Like, all right, You want to make the money. You at the point now, you're the guy, the marquee fights. You can dictate things now. It's not like only before, like 2 years ago, it was like, Shakur, we got to see. Now you in a power position now. So if you got to make the decision, like, all right, these guys is on my list now.
I mean, like I said, it's about who the most lucrative. And the guys that's the lucrative fights is the guys that I'm going to fight. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see Pitbull. Pitbull is a guy that's a name in the sport.
Yeah, I like that.
And honestly, it's a lot of casual fans that love Pitbull.
Yeah.
So most of his fan base is the guys that's like casuals and believe that.
And a lot of Mexicans.
They believe that a guy like Pitbull would be the style to do something with me, but easy work.
Easy work. That's a good fight. I like the Pitbull. All right, what about Ryan Garcia?
I would love it.
Would you fight him at full? Because I think he's at 47 now.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to tell you again, and I told all of these guys, if y'all want me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration. Like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys going to get it up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, I'm not. What am I in here wrestling around?
I be trying to laugh with the ball. How did you feel at 140 though? Like compared to 35, did you feel any difference, or was it like in your body? Like, does it feel any different at all, or was it the same?
Both of them, I'm gonna be straight because the weight is easy to make. So.
No, I know it's easy, but did you feel the same? Like as far as your performance, or did you feel stronger? Did you feel?
I felt good on both parts.
Yeah.
I felt good on whether I'm at 135 or 140.
You know, if you want a belt at 47, I don't think no one's ever held.
Who got IBF?
At 147, Lewis Crocker.
Oh, shit.
Lewis Crocker got it.
His name ain't big enough.
Yeah, it's not. But he got the IBF 147. But nobody's never done that except, like, I think one of them super old timers that had
Henry
3 belts.
Armstrong,
Yeah,
right?
I think it might have been Henry Armstrong. They got 3 belts at one time. Three
either
divisions.
him or Jack.
No, I think it was Henry Armstrong.
For real? Okay.
Yeah, Henry Armstrong.
Yeah. I would love to do it.
Yeah. Where does this fight put you mentally? Do you still feel like the same Shakur, or do you feel like you want a different, now mentally this made you feel different?
Hell no, I still feel like the same person.
Same thing?
Ain't nothing changed because it's like, when you know it already and it's already written, it don't surprise you. Like, it did not surprise me. It's like, okay, I just did what I was supposed to do. Nothing new. It surprises the people that believe bad things about me, that didn't believe that I was who I been telling y'all I was. But for me personally, I'm the same person. Ain't nothing changing.
Do you like the legacy aspect? Like, this added a legacy notch to your belt. Like, do you enjoy that part of it?
It's cool. It's cool. You
You're
what
not cool with this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I like. You know what I like about it is that one of the guys that they've been like claiming would beat me or being a top guy in the sport finally signed up to fight me.
Yeah.
After all of these years, I've been kind of campaigning that I want to fight against the best of the best, and it's people in or around my weight that would have not jumped up and waiting for a Teo. They would not even thought about fighting against Teofimo Lopez because, oh, he's fighting at 140 and he's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's athletic. But I said, fuck it, I'm going to take the risk.
Yeah.
And when I took the risk, it all paid off. So for me, I'm just happy that somebody actually did it. Somebody, and they got to give credit to Teo.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
I agree.
I felt bad. After the fight, I went in the not in the locker room, the doctors, they went to check me and shit. And I seen Teo in there. We actually took a picture together and everything. But he was in there dolo. Dolo. I'm like,
none of his team, nobody?
Where everybody at?
Right.
Why is he in here dolo? Me and him having a full-on conversation. He pulled me to the side, just one-on-one. Me and him had a good little convo, but nobody else is in here with him. I didn't like that. Like, that didn't make me feel good because I knew him since like back in the day. So it's like I kind of feel bad because at the end of the day, we just boxers and we giving our heart and our soul to our craft, and we going there and risk our life for the dangers of for the public and ourselves too, entertainment.
So Shakur is just a nice guy that put ass whooping on Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez, he didn't feel bad when he was using the Negger, saying, where's that N-word at?
His legs last. I seen it. I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen it. I seen his legs last fight.
And for nobody to be surrounded with him at that moment, that's supposed to be right there on his shoulder, on his hip, I ain't like that. I wasn't cool with that.
That's a good, I like that you said that, you know what I'm saying? I think he needs a new trainer from what I was seeing. Respectfully to Teofimo Senior, respectfully. The corner instructions, he ain't really give a lot, you know what I mean, from what I was seeing online, you know?
Only thing that I say with it is like, all these years of him getting away with it, now it's like we saying he need a new trainer.
Yeah, but I'm like...
All these years, when it's working, why y'all ain't saying that shit?
Because the nigga, he in the corner, he like, hit him!
He do
like,
the same shit.
I'm trying. I be trying to laugh with the ball. If I'm in there and you telling me to hit him, I know I'm supposed to hit him, bro. I know that. How? How?
He goes in there every fight with Tio and do the same shit. He don't go tell him no instructions.
Yeah.
He tell him little, simple father-son shit. It's his father and his son
Don't tell
type.
me hit him. He like, where's the power? Hit him. I'm like, come on, man.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That was crazy, though. He said, what happened to your power, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. If I'm in the corner and my dad told me that, I would be tight.
Nah, no bullshit, though. Like, what happened to your power, bro?
Like, why would you tell me that? What?
Nah, but you gotta understand, though, like, he been doing this, and that's how he been talking with
He
his
used
son.
to that, like, yeah.
But things just went left on that night.
Yeah.
It went left, so now it's kind of, everybody like, oh, he need a new trainer, he need this.
It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist. And you just made this fight a little more personal. Take it a step further, can you show It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist. And you just made this fight a little more personal.
His dad got him to this point.
It's a good point. A couple more questions. I know you said you spoke to Floyd before the fight. Did you speak to him after?
Nah, I didn't actually. We ain't talk yet.
Oh, okay, I know it's coming.
I'm
you
gonna
and
talk to
Floyd,
him.
man.
That's my dog. That's my dog. I got nothing but love for Floyd.
I know you hate the comparison. Well, I don't say hate. I don't think you hate it. But everybody's they saying that you the Floyd now. You the Floyd type of fighter right now.
I get why.
Yeah.
We similar, but we different. Even our styles is way different. Like, I do different things than Floyd. Floyd do different things than me, but the boxing brain of it, like being able to hit and don't get hit, and the IQ and knowing how to tie up, knowing what to do in every situation, I understand it. That's why I'm like, okay, I respect it, but I appreciate Floyd. Floyd is a guy that kind of always reaching out to me. Actually, on fight week, I already told people, but he texted me and said, I'm so proud of you. Before the fight even happened. And then I said, thank you, I'm gonna make you proud, even more proud on Saturday. He said, go out there and...
Watch this shit.
What?
When I knock this nigga out, watch this shit. How y'all gonna
I don't want you guys stepping up to us. I want to be fucking not going
this shit.
Let's do this shit.
Everything. Watch this shit.
What?
When I knock this nigga out, watch this shit. How y'all gonna That's all. Yeah.
The atmosphere in there, special.
Yeah.
I know it kind of doesn't matter too much now, but like I say, that.
Oh no, it does matter. What you mean? This is Madison Square Garden. This is the home of the Knicks. This is home of the Rangers, New York Rangers. This is the home of many historical people, including.
Champion that I know you are.
You think he sees that in you? Like he sees himself in
For
you?
sure. No question.
He said that to you before?
Yeah, he texted me after one of his fights. He had with you remember the fight where he kicked the referee out the ring?
Oh, yeah.
I had texted him that night. I said, I was in camp actually. I said, congrats, champ. He said, thank you, little TBE.
Oh, little TBE.
No bullshit.
Oh, damn. So he know like that's.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fire. We gotta talk about Bud, man, because obviously Bud is a large part of your story. You've made that clear. You know what I'm saying? Just the help that he's giving you. What did he give to you in this camp specifically? I know obviously he was there. I seen y'all sparring, I believe, some pictures. What did he give to you specifically for this camp?
Specifically, he just told me to keep doing what I'm doing. He told me go out there and don't allow the crowd or people to make me fight a certain fight that I don't have to fight. Go out there and fight my fight, stick to the game plan. But in this camp, honestly, I probably saw Bud like twice, and when he seen me in camp, he just said that I was ready. He knew it. Like that's when he already he ready to.
He knew like you.
He ready to bet whatever on me.
Right.
Cause he know. Same way I know with him, he know with me.
All right. This is a nigga question, but we gotta know, Cole. This was the biggest bag that you just made. When you get a big bag like that, are you like, all right, I gotta go get something, I gotta buy something? Like, where you? Tell me that, because there's a lot of people here want to be rich. Want the bag. What does somebody do when you get a big check?
When you get a big check like this, for me, it's probably more so stack for my future. Just keep stacking for my future. I know that life is bigger than boxing, so I love boxing. I'm glad boxing got me to where I'm at. But I know that like my brain capacity is gonna reach a lot further than boxing. So after boxing, I'm gonna be able to do certain things to where this big check right now is gonna make me even more money. Because the investment that I make into my business or whatever I decide to do is gonna get me plenty more millions of dollars.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Well, what do you do to keep increasing?
Bareheaded human sonic fox.
You graduated from the, and I don't want to count the pockets, but this is, this is how the fans do. I feel like you graduated from the 7th. It's a different.
This man said he doesn't want to count his pockets, but you definitely are. Yo, Shakur, man, I think you got to cut that interview short, man. He's trying to rob you.
What do you got to do to keep it to where everybody, you the guy, you the face, everybody, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it just comes with who I am. Like, bro, if you see me when I go to fights, when I go to places, it's like the cameras is always finding Shakur. And like, I don't got to go out and chase that shit. I'm not like a lot of these other dudes that go out here and like, they.
You're not a typical light skin. You actually are a man and focus at the task at hand. You focus at the task at hand and not a mirror.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Extra, like they extra this. It's like that shit just come to me. So it's like clearly this is what God wants for me. So just keep doing what I'm doing, and the big fights gonna keep happening. The everybody gonna want my spot. Yeah. Even watching what just happened, they like, oh, I think I could beat this guy. He not that strong. He not.
Yeah.
Okay, I could. Well, come try.
Yeah.
Come try.
You know who's the other big fight? We ain't mentioned Devin Haney.
Okay.
Devin Haney's probably, to me, that's I don't think it's hit its point yet, but I think in the next year or two it'll hit a point where it's like the world is gonna demand. You know what I'm saying? I can see the trajectory feels like it could meet like that.
I would love this fight, but look, you gotta watch what you say with like, and this is not even.
For the record, let me know in the chat what's your insight on potentially a Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson fight. I think Shakur by a landslide, ladies and gentlemen.
Devin is very respectful of my game, and I'm respectful of his game. He's a good fighter. But his fans will clip and twist and turn things into something that is not. So I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a fucking stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Yeah.
But it all gotta make sense from a business standpoint. I don't like getting up here and negotiating against
for sure.
myself. And,
for sure.
But for me, I'm willing
But
to
do you
make the
see
fight
it as
happen.
it being that could, you know, like we always said, the Four Kings, even though you wasn't a part of it, the whole thing, the whole plot was is like at the end of the road, there's gonna be two guys left standing, and that's the big fight. Do you see that as that's potentially what that could be?
I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. You are. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, at
You
the
are.
end of the day, Devin Haney is a bad motherfucker in his own right, but when you say like two guys standing, there's only one guy with me, and that's me. Like, I don't see two guys. I don't see three guys. I used to. Like, that was young Shakur mindset that had the, oh, there may be two guys here. Oh, this guy gonna be here.
Yeah.
Now, it's only one guy at the top, and it's me. It's me versus me. Once I'm conquering myself, none of these dudes got a chance. So I don't care who you name. Hell of a fighters, I'll never take nothing away from them. I enjoy watching them, but I'm the best.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I heard him a couple of times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on a great show tonight.
Obviously, a great performance against your best opponent. Any disappointment that you didn't stop him? Because you said even during the fight you wanted to stop him.
No, there's no disappointment. It's boxing at the end of the day. I seen him go out there, and when I was about to stop him, he started fighting back a little bit. So, respect to him. He's a sharp fighter. He got...
Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go...
How you apologizing for slavery? Slavery has nothing to do with what transpired in that ring. You getting dog walked by somebody that moved up in weight class. You apologize for slavery?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
All my brothers and sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go...
Average person could have an opinion, you know what I'm saying? But when you have all the networks saying that my son's gonna get his ass whooped, that, you know, that every time my son looks at social media, they're talking bad about him, you know, it's not right. It's not right. That got to change. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna prepare him. Maybe he's not ready. You know, he's been 5 years without losing. He's defended his 140 weight title and his lenient belt. I think 5 times. I think it is. And you know, I think he's ready to go to 147. You know what I'm saying? That he got beat up, man. That was a headbutt. And my son didn't get beat up, man. He went to 12 rounds with a good boxer. You know, we were supposed to do different things in there, and that didn't work. You know, and that happens. It happens to anybody. You know what I'm saying? All the greats have lost, and they have come back, and they have done great. So, you know, we're here, and we're gonna stay. He's still 20.
Can we get the cap off real quick?
Listen, man. In life, you're here today, and you're gone tomorrow.
Miller, can we get the cap off real quick?
Listen, man. In life,
You're here today, and you're gone tomorrow.
Guys, always salute to the power that be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go. All my brothers and sisters.
My condolences for slavery.
Knowledge, and he did what he did to survive.
Got a question from the Norfolk recorder in Virginia, down there at the front.
Did you think you was really gonna beat him up that way?
Yes. Yes. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it tonight. And shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you went in there and did what you were supposed to do. You dig deep and you did what you were supposed to do, and I'm proud of you, bro.
Shakur, hell of a fight, hell of a performance, right in the front, right here in front of you. Yeah. You seem to make it look real easy tonight. You know, it was, it had to be very frustrating for T.O.
Keyshawn, after party.
Why do you think it was difficult for T.O. to make adjustments to you? Like, why?
Why? I think that I studied them. I've been watching them for years. I seen T.O. when we was in the amateurs. Everything that I seen was there tonight. Like the things that I kind of saw on tape and on film, it was all in front of me tonight. And there is benefits from watching tape.
When we saw Conor Bain in the ring with you and the idea of you two fighting, for British fans, it would come as a bit of a curveball. You now have 4 different weight world titles, and Conor's not boxed for a world title yet. What's going on between you two? Why is that a fight that you like?
I'm into big fights. I like big fights. I like big money fights. I like proving that I'm the best, and I like doing things that people say I can't do. There's a lot of people that will say that I'm too little for Conor Bain, and I can't do it. So it makes for a tremendous fight.
And Eddie mentioned that there's quite a few that DMs go back and forth between you two. Is it all amicable? Is there a bit of aggro going on?
It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it, and it's a tremendous fight.
Yeah, excuse me. Just. Yeah.
Shakur, Kevin Garcia. I just wanted to follow up on the Conor Bain conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause?" And he said, "F no." So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see. But I'm a businessman at the end of the day, and like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same thing?
Shakur, with Terrence Crawford having retired and you winning the way you won tonight, do you feel like you are the face of boxing right now?
For sure. I just stayed steady. I told everybody my moment was going to come. I've been calling people out, and T.O. took the bait. Finally, somebody took the bait. I've been begging for this moment. We finally got it.
Shout out for Teofimo Lopez taking that fight, apologizing for slavery is crazy work.
Guys, always salute to the power that be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go.
My apologies for slavery?
What time is going to be? You know, we're going to go in there and deal with T.O. I hope your daddy feel better. I want him to be there because I want him to witness his ass whooping you're gonna get, and it just wouldn't be right to not have your whole team there with you. So we're excited about this, man.
That ain't what you said when you was giving me wine and champagne at your house.
Yeah, well, I had to get you drunk.
Watching his fight.
I had to get you drunk to trick you.
And saying that if you had me and Shakur, that would be like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, well, neither one of them are here, but we here.
Like, I know Pimp, though. Don't worry, Pimp.
I had to trick you. Hey, Tio, I had to trick you in this position right now.
I know pimping ain't easy, so hey, shout out to H-Town. You heard?
Yeah, H, that's real. It's Pimp C. But I had to trick you in this position to get this ass whooped. Don't take this personal, man, because you look real good dressing up as a model. So, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a model agency action after this here. So don't take this personal as business.
Yes. I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight.
Always salute to the power that be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally. This fight didn't go.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
This man apologizing for slavery. How you apologize, yo? And then look, he got a unicorn coming out of his forehead. He's about to evolve. Teofimo did evolve too. Doesn't follow to instructions, man.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
This man got 3 horns on his forehead.
In his prime, and we're coming back stronger than ever. You know, next time I think he's ready to go to 147.
What were you saying to him in between rounds to try and get him to change the fight?
What we did in sparring, what he was doing in sparring, and for some reason he wasn't doing it, and that's why I was very upset. And I think we hurt Shakur, like I think in the 8th round, and he was hurt for about 2 rounds, and he let him come back. You know, the whole plan was not to exchange with him. The whole plan was not to box with him.
Freaking masterclass beyond epic proportions. I thought Shakur might do something like this, but even this exceeded my expectations. You know, I thought it may be, if Shakur had a really good night, make it look easy and win 9-3, 10-2. This was 12-0, 11-1, and I mean, it was next level type stuff. Teo was trying everything. The various wrinkles to Shakur's style are unbelievable. I mean, I know people like to say he runs. That's because they don't understand what they're watching. I rarely, in my mind, have I ever seen Shakur literally run. Is he defensive? Yes, because he doesn't open up into crazy offensive routines. Okay, yes, so that makes him defensive, but he never really runs. So he's a master of position. I'm always trying to talk about and explain to people that being a master of position is so important, you know, not breaking your position. And what I mean by that is when you make a defensive move, you're not all over the place, you know, to where now you can't punch off any move you make. You know, when your position is great, it doesn't necessarily mean you punch every time you make a defensive move, but every defensive move you make leaves you balanced enough and in a position enough to be able to punch if you want to, if you have the option to punch. And your opponent sees that, and that's why your opponent doesn't attack as aggressively, because sometimes they do get countered, sometimes they don't. You keep them guessing, but your position is always a position that you can punch off of. When guys aren't great at position, even when they make guys miss or whatever, they'll wind up in contorted position situations where we're not able to punch. That's not a really great defensive fighter, and a lot of times they wind up running and going to flight and so on and so forth. That leads to those kind of lapses where pressure fighters end up getting to guys. But even if you're not a huge puncher, if you're a master of position, you're always going to have the edge. It's just how much of a master are you going to be. Shakur is a next level master of position. He's a defensive specialist. I think the broadcast made a good point. He's more like Floyd Mayweather than he's Terence Crawford. Crawford was a little bit more offensive. All these guys, to be that good, you have to be a master of position regardless. But you know, he does strike me a little bit in the mold of a Mayweather in that effectiveness from the position game. First of all, that southpaw jab is something sick. I mean, he's got a really snappy, sharp southpaw jab. He throws it in various ways from various looks. He'll keep it in a shoulder roll look and throw it. He'll extend it. Sometimes he throw it short. Sometimes he'll extend it really hard and like turn his back into it and turn his shoulder into it. You know, kind of blade. And sometimes he'll throw it really short. He'll use it where he's stepping back and throwing it on a counter. He'll use it short and not have to extend it when he's just trying to pop you real quick. He gives you different guards, you know, different looks, where the high guard, again, the shoulder roll guard. He spins and pivots really nicely. Nothing too crazy fancy. Like, for example, I don't think of him as fancy as, say, a Pernell Whitaker, but it's about just as effective because he's got that southpaw style and he's got that southpaw snappy jab. And it's not like it's not a violent jab. For example, like, I don't know, Hector Camacho had a pretty violent southpaw jab where it was like repetitive, like a machine gun, you know? It's not like a machine gun southpaw jab, but it's a controlling, whipping southpaw jab, you know? And you don't always see that, you know? And sometimes when you see that, you see it from natural right-handers who are converted to southpaw. You think Pulse Batafora, maybe Chad Dawson. I'm not quite sure. I don't quote me on this. I don't think Shakur is a natural right-hander. I think he's a natural southpaw. So the fact that his jab is that snappy and that nice is, I mean, it's really, really amazing. I mean, then again, Whitaker was also a natural lefty, and he had a nice snappy jab. But I think, you know, even Shakur has a nice little sharp right hook, which is like, you know, these new age southpaws. They improve and they include a pretty good right hook as well. I thought that was what wound up cutting Teofimo Lopez on the eye, was a little sharp right hook. He throws it on a check a lot of times, but nonetheless, he goes to the body with it. I've noticed that. The position game is sick, though, and what I mean, the different things I saw. Okay, sometimes Teofimo's throwing at him, and he holds position. He holds the high guard, and he makes Teofimo run into his body, and then he kind of bump Teofimo off. Sometimes Teofimo would attack, and instead of holding his position, Shakur would step back just out of range. And again, Teo would miss and then have to stop, because either he would get countered with something as simple as a jab, or he wouldn't get countered, but he realized he could be in position to get countered, so he'd stop. Because why? Because at times, Shakur would be countering from that position, and Teo knows it, so he knows it's not going to come out of pocket when he comes up short. Sometimes Shakur would roll and counter with the left uppercut, or left uppercut to the body, left uppercut to the head. There was one time early in the fight, I think he landed it where Teo's gloves may have touched the ground, you know, so that's another sense of position, a defensive move on position that he varied. When you hold your position well, and then you vary the different things you do, and you're able to punch off those different things, again, it makes you even more confusing now, you know? And all the while, Shakur is jabbing. Shakur is using that jab, that speedy, accurate jab off those different looks. Like I said, sometimes it's off the high guard, sometimes it's off the low right-hand guard, sort of like a shoulder roll, you know? There were moments in the fight where he was actually walking Teo down, especially late in the fight. He started walking Teo down more and more and more, just bossing the fight. And Teo tried. Teo was turning southpaw at times. He was, you know, trying to use that athleticism by, you know, trying to make all these little jukes and jives and then try to punch off them. You know, a couple of times I saw he just missed with a couple of counter right hands and a couple of tries. And maybe if those would have been shots that landed clean, which is almost impossible to land on Shakur clean. But sometimes he just missed it. But that's how good Shakur is. But he keeps just making you miss, and you'll never actually get him. But it's like, oh, well, it was so close. I feel like if there was one or two times when Shakur could have landed those big right hands that he threw that he just missed, maybe it could have, you know, got the crowd into it or turned things around, you know, got the crowd engaged into believing that he might get there. You know, there was one round, I think 7 or 8, where Shakur was being backed up a lot more. He was kind of going into flight. Teo was targeting the body a lot more. But even then, I mean, when you target the body, you still got to deal with Shakur changing range on you. So, you know, he'll like I said, Shakur may hold the position game and sometimes just have that high guard and hold his position. There you can get this body. But then sometimes he's stepping back, steps just out of range. So you reach for his body, even his body's not there. Because again, it's the master of distance as well. And he slides the distance out when you wind up reaching. And then you wind up reaching and you wind up getting countered. So it's really becomes a difficult situation. There was a point Todd Grisham made, and I've heard this made before about defensive fighters. Well, what if you just stand in the middle of the ring and you don't chase them? And I'm not going to say that's ignorant, because, you know, I think people don't know any better, because I've heard this type of thing said for decades about certain kind of fighters. I remember people used to say it about me, you know, like, oh, well, why not just wait for him in the middle of the ring and don't chase him? Here's why fighters like Shakur Stevenson will never fall for that, because they have a good jab. When you have a good jab, it's a master of distance. So here's the thing: if you're just gonna sit there and wait for a guy to come to you and not chase him and make him come to you because you want him to come forward, they'll just keep you on the end of the jab. Because a guy with a good jab knows how to throw a jab without stepping all the way in. Sometimes a guy with a good jab can shoot the jab right from where he's at and establish that distance and keep you at that distance. A guy with a good jab can step in if he wants to. A guy with a good jab can also jab stepping backwards when you try to close a gap yourself. So a guy with a good jab can jab from all distances, going forward, going backwards, and also from the position that he stands in without breaking that position at all, you know, without even coming forward or going backwards, you know, he can jab you right from where he's at. So therefore, if you don't go at a guy like that, he'll just beat you with a jab. You'll never get close enough. You'll never get there's nothing you're going to do. So the whole make a guy come to you, don't do it. What if you don't do anything and make a guy come to you? Notice it never happens to guys like that. You notice that, you know, people always imagine that, but it's like an imaginary solution that never actually happens. It never happens.
And champagne at your house.
Yeah, well, I had to
talking
get
and
you
watching
drunk.
his fight.
I had to get you drunk to trick you.
And saying that if you had me and Shakur, that would be like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, well, neither one of them are here, but we here.
Like, I know Pimp, though. Don't worry, Pimp.
I had to trick you. Hey, Tio, I had to trick you in this position right now.
I know pimping ain't easy, so hey, shout out to H-Town. You heard?
Yeah, H, that's real. That's real. It's Pimp C.